Recording has Principal sir, sir, can you hear me, sir? Principal sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I am hearing you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Dr. Ganesh Hegde, sir. Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. नमस्कार.
Namaste, sir.
हिरण्य चालिया साहब, आपको नमस्कार.
Pranam.
प्रणाम. खोइबो खोइबो.
Principal sir, I think sir, we can start, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
are you hearing me?
Yes, sir,
Is
I
it,
can hear you,
I'm
sir.
audible? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And very good morning to everybody, and welcome to this webinar, Strategies for Post-COVID-19 NAAC Assessment of Colleges, organized by the IQAC and Central Library, Kaliabor College. And I am Dr. Birender, the Librarian of Kaliabor College. And before starting this program, there is a very important announcement for the participants that we will share the feedback link just before 10 minutes before the completion of the program in the chat box of the Zoom application. So I request every participants to be present till the last of the program. And now I invite our Honorable Principal, Sir, Dr. Hiranya Kumar Chaliha, sir, to inaugurate and provide the welcome address, sir. Sir, please.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone. And good morning to Dr. Hegde. Good morning to Ruchi. I'm principal of Kaliabor College. Welcome you all on behalf of my college family. It is a very important topic here we are going to discuss during this time, post-COVID strategies for assessment of NAAC assessment for colleges. As you know, the NAAC in Assam, it is from 2000 onwards, the NAAC assessment has been going on in Assam, and I am associated from 2002 with NAAC assessment from at the different level. What happened actually when the colleges started in Assam, mostly in Assam, I'm talking about mostly in Assam or in the other parts also. The colleges started to fulfill the necessity only. The higher education institution was very necessary in that place, and it was started, not with others. It is just like a higher institution than school. So it was started like that. But with the introduction of NAAC assessment, it gets the vision. Vision, what should be the vision of the higher? Actually, earlier, most of the institution was running without vision. That is not particular mission was there, but vision was not there. What happened now that when we got the guidelines of NAAC, so it is an ideal situation. So what should be a institution? What is the society? The institution is demanded by the society. Now, what should be its aim, objects, and what should be the procedure functioning? What should be done in by some higher education institution? So otherwise, there are no there. Particularly, you see that program outcome that was not considered earlier. Best practices. It was not considered earlier. Distinctiveness institution. These are not a leadership quality. Alumni was not very well taken in the higher education institution. So though the colleges faced some problems for NAAC assessment in earlier days, even now also, but they got new dimension and focus, and that is kind of what you can say. It is they give you new ideas how should be run. So that is the NAAC. And already most of the colleges in Assam, they have already crossed the third. There are some 5 or 6 colleges. They are which after third accreditation has over. Most of them are in the second accreditation over, and only few colleges, especially the new colleges, they are with first accreditation yet to come. So these are NAAC assessment. As I am very associated with NAAC entire system, it is a very challenging for rural colleges, challenging for new colleges, and challenging for particularly financially weak colleges. Recently, in 2013, nearly 1,100 colleges has been taken over by the government of Assam, and these are very new colleges, and they have a lot of problems of their own. So the NAAC assessment process, it is very challenging for that. And now, even for the all colleges, the new system has been out from 2017, where 70% is from third-party evaluation. It is a very challenging and very new concept. The 70% assessment will be done by third party. So most of the institutions, they could not do well in the new evaluation system. And all Assam colleges, after new evaluation set, they got lower grading, lower assessment in the new assessment system. So this is very challenging. And now the COVID-19, it changes the entire situation of the world, global situation. So it is also emerged in the higher education system. So nobody knows when the COVID-19 will be over, but someday it will over. And during the 1 or 2, 2020, 2021, those who are colleges are about 2022, those who colleges are ready for assessment. So they are it is very in a very critical situation, very challenging situation, and they are very conscious, and they are very, they are very in the trouble. So what happened as a principal? I say that after the men are going very lazy. They are sitting idle in residences at this time. So to do some work for everything, for teaching, for other work, it is very difficult at this time. And after COVID-19 was over, so this is a team leader, IQAC coordinator, principal. It is a very challenging task to make the team working. So two things, the financial strategy also is very difficult, and mental strength, how to mobilize and how to motivate, how to aware this the team member for the new assessment system. Or this is very challenging from my part of view. And to overcome the situation, to find the strategies, we are inviting one of the very famous and very highly experienced Dr. Ganesh ji. Is very friend, well wisher of mine. He's also very very kind person, and also very kind-hearted person, as I know him personally. And he's very soft-hearted to Assam. This is one of the best things. And he's always trying to. One thing is very good. He's apart from his scholar's attitude, he's very kind-hearted and always ready to help anybody for good assessment. It is very kind. I find he's so kind that he's very, anytime he's ready to help somebody or help any institution for upper upliftment. So he's with us, and I think that is. I think he will be delivering. He will give us a lot of glimpses, a lot of strategies. Will discuss with us, and Dr. Ruchi is also with us. I thank Dr. The director of NAAC. He's allowed Dr. Hegde and Dr. Ruchi to take part in this webinar. And I am very happy that nearly 215 participants has registered for this webinar. Among most our teachers, respected teachers, and I have 13 principals friends, esteemed friends of my Assam, and 6 librarians, few research scholars, and very interesting. We have few students from different around the Assam. So it is a very interesting thing here. So I welcome you all, and hope this webinar will give us enough opportunity, enough strength, mentally and mental, so that we can face NAAC accreditation in future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Actually, your speech is really motivational and inspirational for us. Now, I would like to request Dr. Ganesh Hegde, sir, advisor NAAC, to deliver his speech. Before his presentation, I would like to present a brief profile of Dr. Hegde, sir. Dr. Ganesh Hegde, sir, advisor NAAC Bangalore, is an expert academician in assessment and accreditation arena in the countries today. He has been at the helm of affairs at the country's top assessment body, the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, for more than 2 decades, now in several capacities. He has conducted several assessors training programs at NAAC for vice chancellors, professors, and principals all over the countries for training perspective. He has been board of directors for international network of quality assurance agencies in higher education from 2013 to 2015. Before joining NAAC, Dr. Hegde sir served as a publication executive in the Department of Science and Technology, Vigyan Prasar, Government of India, New Delhi. Now, I request Dr. Ganesh Hegde sir, advisor NAAC, Bangalore, to deliver his speech. Sir.
Namaskar.
Please, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll just share my screen.
Yes, sir.
The screen is coming in your computer?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
The full screen has come in your computer?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Birender, thank you, sir. Thank you. Namaskar. Very good morning to all of you. I take this opportunity to congratulate the college, Kaliabor College, for organizing this workshop or the webinar on behalf of the NAAC as well as the Kaliabor College. I also take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Hiranya Chaliha sir for bringing out many people in this platform. I also take the opportunity to congratulate the president, the Assam College Principals Association, Dr. Chaliha sir, and his many colleagues who are there in this webinar. It is also an opportunity to share some of the things. The thread behind this whole work is Dr. Birender Palji, the librarian of the Kaliabor College, and also the Library Science Association of the Assam colleges, and which brings the lot of creativity and enthusiasm in the work when he does some of the work. I take this opportunity to share with you that our director, Professor S.C. Sharmaji, has conveyed a special message to the webinar host for organizing this such type of the webinar. NAAC has already conducted more than 90 webinars during the lockdown period, and we would like to be with the institution as the situation is not comfortable at this moment. So right now, being at home and comfortable, and also the working for the institution from the home is the necessity which made us to work from the home. So while being with the home, the children's, the students whom you are there with you, that means those students who are with you in the college, they will be there in different places of the Assam. When they are there in different places, how to maintain the work culture from the distance place is the difficulty which we have faced. So what I would like to share with you today is that the respecting the teachers who are working hard to bring out the various technological interventions, keeping the students' mind and the body to keep awake and make the students to learn from the distance places is a great challenge. So एक गुरु का स्तोत्र से मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन मैं करना चाहता हूं. अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. My respect to all the teachers who work 24/7 for the upliftment of the students. When the student and the student learn something, out of you teach, you get a happiness. The happiness is the one where you will get a strength when a distance student is telling that, yes, madam, you have taught me, that is the reason I am today a good person. Sir, you have taught me, that is the reason I have got this job. So if you get a satisfaction after the student is telling that, yes, you have done something for his life, and that is the great happiness which you will get it. Nothing can be measured with like that happiness or the satisfaction. So जो गुरु जो होता है वो दिशा देता है, दिशा देने के लिए हमारा दशा अच्छा होना चाहिए। इसी के लिए मैं आप सभी लोग से निवेदन करता हूं, जहां जहां आप लोगों का स्टूडेंट है उनसे संपर्क करें और उनका साथ कभी कभी एक हफ्ते का बाद या तो 3-4 दिन के बाद एक बार फोन करके एक बार पूछ लीजिए, हाउ आर यू, व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, आप कैसे कर रहे हैं, इसका बारे में भी आप एक बार ध्यान रख के उनसे बातचीत कर लीजिए। As you all know that the National Assessment and Accreditation Council is a body which is come out of the 1986 education policy and 1992 the program of action. It states that there must be some body which will stimulate the academic environment in the higher education in our country. So that is the reason NAAC came with a vision statement stating that to make the quality the defining element of higher education in India through a combination of self and external quality evaluation. Self-study report which you do, it is the self-evaluation. External quality evaluation is the one where the NAAC does once in 5 years. So promotion sustenance initiative NAAC has taken up. So as the principal, Dr. Hiranya Chaliha sir has told, a vision statement comes with the ideas or the work nature which you are doing. Suppose if you the one of the college in Tinsukia, it is stating that the vision statement is to upliftment of the rural student. Rural student is the vision statement. Then the rural student upliftment, how it will be done? One, maybe rural management is one of the subject. The fashion designing is another subject. The tribal culture is another thing. Tribal what to call painting upliftment is another thing, and bamboo is very well available in all over the Assam. Whether you can make a gramodyog with the department of the home science and then the department of geology or department of sociology, social work department, you can make some project. So if you think about the subjects which you are running, and accordingly your vision statement should match. The matching of this vision statement should be short. Short means it should convey the meaning to the yourself. The means for the faculty first, and to the management second. Thirdly, it is for the parents and the student at a larger stage. It should be simple and it should be specific. If you say that upliftment of the women in the region is the specific institution, if you say women's college. Now the women college should have the some courses which may be fashion designing, it may be a home science, or it may be a what to call BVOC. There are several courses are there in BVOC which you can take up from the UGC. So how you will be doing, that depends upon the institutional vision statement. The vision statement should be very simple and short. NAAC is also has come up with some of the mission statement. To make the vision, there must be some mission statement. Mission statement is nothing but as we put for the fuel every time to the vehicle and it runs. For running, you need a fuel. Like that, the mission statement need to have some fuel or a catalytic action in the institution. Periodic assessment is once in 5 years, and stimulate the academic environment. As the Hiranya Chaliha sir has said, the NAAC accreditation stimulates the academic environment, encouraging the self-evaluation, self-study report, accountability and autonomy, and undertake the quality-related research studies, and it also collaborate with the stakeholders. NAAC would like to collaborate with the Assam government higher education department for making the quality evaluation and sustenance initiative by supporting the higher education department and also the colleges in Assam. The contributing to the national development is one of the core values of the NAAC. What is the core value? The core value is nothing but if a discipline is very good in the institution, you feel that yes, very good discipline is there. If you say that time management is very good in the institution, we'll say that yes, the workshop or the seminar or the classes will start on dot there. So the core value comes within of the institution. Contributing to the national development in the sense, if at all the institutions are doing some of the national, suppose number of books written by the faculty, number of paper written by the faculty, number of students participated in the sports or the games or the cultural activities in the national competition. So these are all competitions to the competency level. Upliftment comes with the core values, fostering the global competencies of the student in the sense, if a student has to get a job, the three things companies are looking. One is communication skill. Second is the knowledge component. Third is whether the student is able to work in the teamwork or not. So these are the main competencies are there. So the student, along with the Assamese, they also should learn sometimes the Hindi, English, and also any other one foreign language. Whatever it may be the language, it may be Urdu or it may be Spanish or it may be French or it may be German. But the institution need to make some of the things because the students of the Assam not working only in Assam, they may be working in any part of the world. So the institution with the 3 years of the degree program should have some certificate or the courses which has been run for the upliftment of the students. Inculcating a value system among the student. Value system comes from the within. The practice makes the perfection in the during the course of the time. In the 7th criteria, NAAC is looking about the value system. It may be the research, or it may be the paper has been written, or it may be the reference which you are giving at the end of the paper. The value system talks about how the institution and individuals are there in the college. Promoting the use of technology. Today we are using this webinar. ये माध्यम से हम टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज करके हम वेबिनार बना रहे हैं. वैसे ही स्टूडेंट को 80% will be on face to face, 20% whether we can teach in the online, so that the situation when it arises at the later stage, whether you will be able to make the implementation of some of the things for bringing out the student knowledge and the skill component at a higher level. Today, the young students needs the technology and the skill component is more important. Bachelor of Vocational Education bringing out various schemes for the vocational development of the student. If at all we are doing 1 to 4, I think quest for excellence is the urge within which will make the institution to go at the higher level. The core value of the any institution is also depends upon the teamwork. It also depends upon the leadership. It also depends upon the ethics, and it also depends upon the responsibility. It also depends upon the innovations and the support and the trust which we are having in the institution. If at all you would like to apply to the NAAC, मेरा निवेदन है सभी असम का कॉलेज के लिए, आपका जो institution, if it is would like to apply in the month of March or April 2021, and you kindly start now itself, the slowly you should go on working out how you will be able to apply to the NAAC. During the course of the presentation, I will be sharing some of the things with you. Before making the IQAC to the NAAC, you need to register in the NAAC portal. For registering the NAAC portal, you have to look into that how to apply to the NAAC. Higher education institution need to apply and you need to register. Registering will take the 2 minutes job. The institution need to give the AISHE ID, institution need to give the email ID, and the principal number and the communication details you have to give. If at all you are accredited earlier by the NAAC, then you have to give the earlier accreditation certificate, and then also the some of the details of the grade which you have got need to upload in the institutional website. Now, apply online. Kindly download all the material which are there available in this particular page. If you are affiliated college, kindly download the affiliated college manual, standard operating procedure, data template, and also the student satisfaction survey, the files from the website. Suppose if you wanted to apply to the NAAC, if you wanted to apply to the NAAC, then you need to give the affiliating university letter to the NAAC and the current academic year approval. If at all you are from the having a MBA, MCA, some programs if you are having with the statutory regulatory authorities, then you have to give. If at all you are not having the any statutory regulatory authority, you need not to worry. Kindly look into the NAAC website for this reason. Next slide, I will be able to share with you what are the things. AISHE certificate is more important. The AISHE certificate of the latest previous year need to be submitted to the NAAC. NAAC is also undertaking, without the UGC 12B, NAAC is also undertaking the assessment and accreditation. UGC 12B is only the grant which you are getting from the UGC. For that reason you need. But for the assessment purpose, without the 12B of the UGC also, NAAC is taking up the assessment of the colleges, provided the affiliating university has given a letter to them for the current academic year programs which they are run. They have to give the latest affiliating letter. Undertaking has to be provided by the college. For example, if you would like to see the apply online, there are instructions to the HEI for submission is there. So kindly go to the eligibility criteria. Eligibility criteria is nothing but if an institution is having the 6 years of standing and 2 batches has come out, then they can apply to the NAAC. This is the eligibility criteria of the NAAC. Kindly go to the all the things which you can read from the NAAC website. There is a self-declaration has to be given. The self-declaration is nothing but XYZ college, what are the programs they are running, BA, BCom, BSc, whatever the things, whether it is a permanent or whether it is a temporary. So you have to give in your letterhead of the institution, a self-declaration has to be given. And you also need to give an undertaking to the NAAC declaring that so-and-so college is applying to the NAAC with the IP address. Below there is an IP address is there. Kindly put your IP address also. Subsequent cycles like the institutions which are applying to the NAAC need to submit last 6 months to the NAAC. For example, if the validity period ends in the 2021 April 2021, let us say. So the last 6 months means the from the November, December to the March or the April is a 6 months. So 2020 November to the 2020 March or April will be the last previous 6 months. So during this period, any one of the date, the institution has to submit an IIQA to the NAAC. If there's IIQA has been accepted by the NAAC, means that the institution is able to go ahead for the accreditation, their validity period will be extended. So for the subsequent cycle, you need to highlight the enhancement measures undertaken by the institution during the last 4 or 5 years. What you need to, the mandatory disclosure, what you have to do? Mandatory disclosure, you have to create a NAAC tab in your institutional website. The website should have the SSR submitted online to the NAAC with a DVB, data template and everything, and annual quality assurance report, previous 4 years report you have to upload in the your institutional website. Accreditation outcome document like certificate, grade sheet and the peer team report you have to upload in the institutional website. So these are all available in the NAAC tab, so that whenever the DVB partner would like to look into the website of the institution, then they will be able to find out in the one place that is called the NAAC in the website. if at all institution is registered at the NAAC portal, the NAAC portal, you can ask 24/7. You can ask any question at any point of time in a day. And NAAC will also reply to you within 24 hours to the 48 hours. So our director, Professor Sharma ji, has made it very clear to all the staff also that the whatever the questions have been asked in the portal will be responded to the institution within 24 hours. So I request the institution, whether you are going ahead for the next 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, or next after 6 months, also not a problem. But the thing is that you have to register in the NAAC portal. So then only you will get the latest information from the NAAC. The data submission, both quantitative and qualitative metrics. What is qualitative? What is quantitative? The quantitative metrics are the one which are looks for the number game. The number game is like that. Number of students having the scholarship. How many students are having the scholarship is one of the question. And how many male and female ratio of the students are there in the college? How many students are going to the library for the thing? How many students have participated in the national and international program? How many faculties have written what many papers in the national and international journal? So these are all quantifiable metrics are there, which is called the quantitative metrics. Qualitative metrics is the one where the description will be written in the 500 words, which is called the qualitative metric. You kindly upload the relevant document in the data template and with the in the proper file. Selection of the non-applicable metrics. The 30% of the metrics is available for non-applicable metrics, means you can give the optional metrics or the 30 weightage, but you have to look into the which criteria. Criteria 1 to 7 you cannot make the non-applicable metric. Only criteria 3, 4, 5, 6 you can opt out some metrics. Go through the NAAC manual and guideline very carefully and download the standard operating procedure. If your standards are proper, then you kindly look into the what standard which NAAC is looking and how the operating that question is there and what is the procedure adopted to evaluate your quantitative metrics. So that has been written in the standard operating procedure. DVB clarification will be sought. My colleague Dr. Ruchi Tripathi will be sharing with you at a later stage. So registration which happens in the IQAC, which is for the within 15 days, the NAAC officer has to take, and SSR submission should within 45 days you have to do. Data validation and verification will happens within the 21 days by the NAAC. Practically it is a 15 days. If at all any emergency is there, maximum we can extend to another 1 more week. By 22nd day, the data validation should happen. Due to the COVID-19 situation, the NAAC is in a relaxable condition we have made that all the clarifications will be sought by the institution after this what to call lockdown period is over. So right now the questions have been raised in some colleges, or many colleges must have not got. So NAAC is also ready with the questions and everything, but we are waiting for the appropriate time to send the question to the institution. Announcement after the DVB. After the DVB clarification is over, within 7 days, the NAAC will declare whether they pre-qualified or not. So pre-qualification is the one. Out of the 60 metrics which are there in the quantitative metrics in the PG college, out of that one, 25% of the quantitative metric the institution has to pass. Then only they will be allowed for the next stage called the on-site peer team visit. So on-site visit will be completed within 60 days and the calculation of the CGPA and other the result declaration will be done within 30 days. फुल मिलाकर जो है 6 महीने तक ये कार्यक्रम जो है पूरा होना चाहिए, ऐसा करके एक इसका आशा दिया है. Same thing I have put it in a graphical thing so that it will convey the best message to the public. The system generated score. What is the system generated score? All the metrics which are coming as a quantitative metric are provided with the Likert scale 0 to 4 scale with the validation point. So this validation will be done based on the benchmark. So those things are confidential at the NAAC. So this 62%, which is the system generated score, comes from the computer, and 38% comes as the byproduct of the peer team judgment, and which is on the on-site visit. Now there are 7 criteria are there: curricular aspect, teaching, learning, evaluation, research, innovations and extension, infrastructure and learning resources, student support and progression, governance, leadership and management, and then institutional values and best practices. So the NAAC has brought out some key indicator changes. What is the key indicator change? The student satisfaction survey, which NAAC has brought out, is the new way of thinking process which has infused in the system. As our colleague Dr. Hiranya Chaliha sir has said in the beginning, that the NAAC has coined with a new word, and a new thinking process has been started from the NAAC. So innovations ecosystem is another thing which NAAC has started, and this will be guiding force for the institution to make innovations and incubation center at their things. So ecosystem is nothing but, if your environment is good, and if your environment is innovative, if your environment is the creative, then you will also become a creative. So how to make our surrounding a very good environment, that depends upon the institution to institution. Alumni engagement, जैसा आपको भी पता है, पुराना छात्र जो होता है, the old student who is from the institution may contribute something back to the institution. So that need to be looked into by the institution. Institutional values and social responsibility is another thing which brings out from the institutional social responsibilities in the 3rd criteria and also in the 7th criteria. Institutional distinctiveness, as you have already shared with the principal has already shared, the distinctive is nothing but, in a simplest language to tell you, that the 2 persons DNA will not be the same. So the DNA will be the distinctiveness should come from the within of the institution, and their vision statement, their mission statement, and their work need to be creative, and it should be distinctive from the other colleges. जो दूसरा कॉलेज नहीं करता है वो हमको करना पड़ेगा, जो हम करते हैं दूसरा कॉलेज नहीं कर सकता है, ऐसा हमारा होना चाहिए. इसी के लिए NAAC ने the NAAC has brought out the institutional distinctiveness. There are 93 and 96 metrics are there for the UG and PG colleges. If you look into the weightage, and in the last 2 columns, there are 35 or 36 metrics are there for the affiliated colleges. In the UG college, only one key indicator like innovations ecosystem is not there for them, and PG, the innovations ecosystem is there. For the quantitative metric, there are 58 and 60 metrics. You can go to the details in the NAAC manual. What is required for the thing is that there are templates are there. The previous accreditation to the now accreditation, there are various challenges and the changes are there. What is that one? MS Excel sheet you have to provide, and you have to upload in the NAAC portal, and you need to portal only you have to upload. It is essential to fill up all the format and provide the same thing to the NAAC for the data validation and verification. Uploaded files in the template, and it should be appropriate in metrics in the SSR. That means if it is a 1.3.50 and 1.3.6, there are 2 metrics are there, let us say, then it should not be uploaded in the 1.2.6 or 1.2.5. So the thing is that you need to be very careful while uploading the metrics and the NAAC portal, and also kindly make the number. Suppose if it is a 5.2.1, you have to make the 5.2.1 as the metrics number and also the data template, so that it will be easy for you also to remember and upload the proper data in a proper question. Only when the template is complete, it facilitates the easy DVV. If the DVV has to ask you the less question, that means your Data template should be clean, clear, and a correct data should be given. Then only you will be get the less questions from the NAAC. As you all know that the executive summary, introductory note, preface should be added. Criterion wise summary, you can look into it. And also the strength, weaknesses, and opportunities and challenges. The SWOT analysis you have to submit to the NAAC in the portal. Only additional information if you are having, you kindly upload in the at the end of the SSR. The profile of the affiliated college is there in the beginning, and it asks about the number of teachers, number of students, and other facilities and other things are there. In the curricular aspect, there are 100 weightages is there. So in the curriculum planning and implementation, academic flexibility, curriculum enrichment and feedback system, there are 4 key indicators are there. What actually the NAAC looks for the in the criteria 1, ensures for effective curriculum delivery, well planned and documented process. That means the curriculum delivered by the institution need to be effective. How it should be effective? The student should learn what actually the taught in the class will be converted into the knowledge component, the skill component. How it will be done? It will be done through the various methods of the participative learning or maybe the project-based learning. And how it has to be done? You have to make a document that one, that this course will be taught in this way. That means the teacher has to decide that this is how the teaching will be done in that particular subject. So this has to be well documented by the institution. It needs to adhere to the academic calendar, including the conduct of the CIE, that means continuous internal evaluation. Academic calendar should speak about whether the sudden tests will be conducted, whether the monthly test will be conducted, whether the open examination will be there, whether the end of semester examination will be there, whether midterm examination will be, when it will be there. So academic calendar should speak about all these activities. That means the dissection of the teaching practices which you do in a particular class has to be designed by the teacher during the academic calendar. And in the beginning of the academic calendar, if the teacher sits in and decide what should be the no, then it will be easy. In one of the college, just to share with you an idea here is that how academic calendar will be done. There are teacher diaries are there. There are teacher templates are there. There are e-content will be there. There are face-to-face education will be there. There is online education will be there. Online feedback will be there. So all type of the things will be there in an academic calendar. Academic calendar need to give a direction to the teachers for the undertaking the classroom activities. In one of the college, in the beginning of the academic year, the first 3 to 5 days, they sit together and decide what should be the thing which we could not do last year and how we can do this year. So academic calendar will support the ideas of the faculty for completing the course as well as the completing the academic year with a good intention and the learning abilities. Design and development of the curriculum for add-on and certificate diploma courses. Next slide, I will share with you what are all add-on courses and the certificate courses. Here we would like to share with you only one thing is that a certificate course may have the approval from the affiliating university or may not be having. Add-on courses should have the approval from the university. Diploma courses should have an approval from the university. But for a certificate course, is like, for example, 2 months course, 1 month course. So the institution may have the approval, may not have the approval of the university, but it is a certificate which adds a value to the program. So add-on courses are like that. The choice-based credit system, elective course system, you can look into it. And in the elective also core elective will be there. And then various things will be there in the choice-based credit system. Next slide, I will tell you. Professional ethics, gender, human values, environmental and sustainability into the curriculum. As per the Supreme Court order, environmental sustainability is part of the curriculum. You need to give the some elective to the core elective to the student for undertaking this type of the credit. professional ethics, like research ethics is another thing, and then teaching ethics is the second one. And then third thing is about the how students should be able to have a moral values is also comes as a professional ethics. How you will be maintaining the technique and the procedural thing is also one of the things. Gender and human values. Suppose if it is a gender, suppose in the college there are 63 students are there in the women percentage. 63% of the students are in the women. So what are the activities conducted for the gender sensitization for the student? Health and hygiene, and then lifestyle management. So in one of the college was talking about in the third year, there is a small program. It's a 1-day program or a 2-day program stating that how to face the married life situation. So probable situations when they make it, and it is a simplest, the eye opener to the student that if the such situation arises at the end of the life, so how to face that type of situation. If you bring out like that to a good soldier within you, and I think it will be able to do a better result at the end of the program. Human values, human rights is another thing which we can look into it. And percentage of the courses which are having the project work, field work, and internship. Project work maybe depends upon the e-project work, or maybe the on-site project work. It may be chemistry, botany, zoology. You can have some project you can take up. Suppose botany. In the Assam, there are the lot of the greeneries are there. So botany department take up all such of the things, medicinal plants which are there in that particular region, and they can document it. If you have documented, you can give some project to the Ministry of Tribal or Ministry of Ayush or Ministry of the Science and Technology. You can take up some work with the help of the things. I just would like to give you an example from the western region, the Chandrapur region. In one of the college, what the institution has done is that the 2 faculty members from the botany, and they have taken up a project work with the tribal medicine. So the tribal medicine knows, they know what are the leaves or the bark will be useful for, or the fruit or the leaf is useful for the what type of the medicine, and you document it. And I seen some of the videos from the YouTube, which are in the Northeast also. There are many people are having the such type of the things. So my request to the faculty member is that ingenuity has to come, the innovativeness has to come, the creativity has to come, and you also have to document it. How you will be documenting and what you are doing, that depends upon the region to region. Suppose if it is there in the Mizoram, suppose the college is in Manipur, suppose the college is there in the Nagaland. There are various types of the colleges will be there, and my request to the faculty member is that kindly take up some challenging task from the help of the student. So project-based learning will help to the student. Fieldwork is the similar thing which we can look into the sociology, social work, history, and political science. History is also another thing which you can take up. Several fieldwork for sustaining the and understanding the nature of the thing. Suppose, for example, if I say a history subject on the fieldwork, in the Assam, there is a Ahom kingdom was there. So from the new student who comes from your college may not be knowing or may be knowing. So some of the historical things of the Assam, but you have to make sure that the culture of the Assam has to be cultivated in the bloods of the student. How you will be able to cultivate? You have to make at least one course should be the compulsory for the student to understand the Assam culture and the Assam nature or the greenery or the biodiversity of the Assam. So that should be the paper for a compulsory for all students, whether it is arts, science, or commerce. So my idea is to bring out something called the professionalism, something for indigenized, something for the creative work, so that when the student goes out from your college after 3rd year, and he should or she should be able to tell, yes, I have got something from the college. That should be the way we have to look into it. Internship is another thing. Suppose, for example, and there are a lot of NGOs are there in the Assam and Meghalaya, Nagaland also. My request to the faculty member of the sociology, political science, history, and then the botany, zoology also. Internship is one thing. Whether it is a municipality, whether it is a NGO, or whether it is some bank, wherever it is possible, your student should take the internship. Internship may be 6 days, or internship may be there 1 month. So the idea behind here, the asking the question is that earn while you learn, or by learning you will make some earning, or you may learn by doing it. So when you are doing, you will not forget. So you will not forget because you have done that type of the activity. So the idea behind in the NAAC is asking that one. This question here is that because of doing such things, you will be able to make an impact in the society. UGC also has brought out in the last year, the UGC has brought out some scheme in during the vacation, how many projects have been conducted by the student. So number of students participating in such activity is also more important. Every student, for me, it's from my personal view, I am just sharing with you that every student in the every year should take up some of the project work or an internship, so that he will channelize the knowledge component, and he will make his skill sharpen by doing such things. So curriculum enrichment is another thing. Graduates employability. My idea of sharing with this with Dr. Hiranya Chaliha and the Kaliabor college people, and as well as the other people from the northeastern region, is that when a student comes from the northeastern region, they are good at the culture, they are good at the discipline, they are good at the various things. But only the thing is that some communication details need to be enhanced, because the vocabulary which you use, the vocabulary how you translate, how the vocabulary how you will pronunciate is makes a lot of difference. So by doing some activity like group discussion, then the communication skill enhancement, and English speaking and Hindi speaking. So this will boost the graduate employability for the northeastern student, particularly from the Assam. My request is that all the faculty member from the Assamese, the English, and then maybe Khasi language, or maybe the persons who may be teaching in the microbiology, biotechnology also. So they have to make the skill component as part of the graduate employability. So feedback should be collected at the end. Then parents, student, alumni, and then peers, and also the management also should give the feedback to the IQAC coordinator, and it should be collected, analyzed, and action taken report should be available in the website of the institution. Now, what is a program and what is a course? Though it is written in our NAAC manual, for the purpose of today's webinar, I just would like to share with you that BTech and the MTech will be the course or a program, but the BA, BSc, BCom is a program. But in the program, there are the courses. A course will be a paper with a specified number of credits or hours. Credit may be 2 credit or a 3 credit. In the next slide, I will be sharing with you what is a credit. So maximum should be the 30 hours in a formal program. That's what NAAC is telling. The history, for example, in history, there are courses like cultures in the Indian subcontinent, history of India, cultural transformation in early modern Europe, issues in the world history, colonialism and the nationalism, independent India, economy and polity, modernity and cultural transformation. These are some of the subjects are there. In the subject, there are courses will be there. So you need to know that whether these courses have been changed over the year or not. That is what the NAAC is looking. A core course is a subject where you will be able to see, and they should be compulsorily studied by the candidate as a core requirement. And elective course, what is an elective course? Generally a course which can be chosen from the pool of the courses. There are 7 elective, 10 elective will be there in the thing. I will just share with you in the next slide what are all elective courses. Discipline specific elective courses. That means for electronics, there will be some specific elective will be there. For chemistry, there are some specific elective subject will be there. If it is a political science, there are some specific elective course will be there. Accordingly, the student should take some specific elective courses, dissertation or a project. So this should be part of the curriculum. The general elective course, that means a course chosen generally from the unrelated discipline. Suppose sometimes the music can be opted by the science student. So music can be opted by the BA student also. Suppose if you are giving the value-based education for all, then it is a general elective course. You can also make yoga and meditation is also part of. So depending upon the course, which program which you are running, you can think about it. What are the courses which you would like to add to the program? Academic program is the one where the teaching department or the center jointly with the one or such department which you coordinate. And a core course means that the student admitted to a particular program, BA, BSc, BCom, there are the core program will be there. In the core program, there are core courses will be there. Those courses you can highlight here. Program structure of the list of courses which you can look into it as an elective or an open elective, that will talk about how the program are structured in the sense what is the syllabus, what is the credit, number of hours of teaching, and evaluation methods and examination schemes also will be communicated to the student. What is an elective course? Elective means an optional to be selected by the student of such course. There are 4 or 5 elective will be there. Open elective will be the one which is open for everybody. Anybody can take up that elective course, will be available to the student, including of the same department or other department. So they can do it. What is a credit? A credit means a value assigned to a course which indicates the level of instruction. The level of instruction may be practical or may be the theory. So 1 hour lecture per week, 1 equal to 1 credit. That means 5 hours lecture will be equal to the 1 credit. 2 hours practical class will be considered as 1 credit. So this is how it has been calculated. In a first year and a second year, this slide which I would like to share with you, there are 4 semesters will be there. And MCOM will having this type of the things like business statistics, advanced management, financial planning. These are all semester details will be there. And what is the elective? Elective may be for the paper for accounting, it will be different. Human resource management, it will be different. Finance, it will be different. And marketing, it will be different. So depending upon the program which you are having, kindly make your own elective papers for the things. So there are 70-30 what to call requirement for the CI, continuous internal evaluation will be there. And there are in one of the university, it is talks about the ability enhancement courses, competency improvement courses, skill development courses, and foundation course. So these are all the 4 components which the UGC is talking about the choice-based credit system. So institutions, many institutions have implemented this type of the compulsory courses and elective courses. And if it's a program like the BA, BSc, BCom program, there are core courses will be there. A core course will have more than the 80% of the course, and an elective will be there for the 8 papers or the 4 papers in the practical will be available to the student. In the core structure, there are core theory and core practical will be there. There are elective courses will be there. What are the core courses? The core courses may be English communication and environmental science may be the core courses, and core program will be with the BA, BSc, BCom program or a BSc program. You have in organic chemistry, physical chemistry, and laboratory also. So how you will be doing, that depends upon the program to program. Now, different colleges will have the different type of the things. What is that one? Elective paper in the chemistry may be given in the application of the computers and chemistry and molecular modeling and polymer chemistry or green chemistry or industrial chemistry, you can look into it and choose 3 of the following because the teachers are available. The credit of the 2 credit course on the skill enhancement course may be chemoinformatics or business skills or chemistry, green chemistry, pharmaceutical chemistry, cosmetic chemistry, pesticide chemistry, and fuel chemistry. There are various things which you can look into the chemistry. Now, I will come to know, just to share with you, that how the value added courses are there. In commerce, you can make the banking and insurance as part of the value added program. Google, Amazon certified course you can make in the digital marketing also. Certified program on the GST you can make it for commerce student. The certificate course in the capital market you can make it for the commerce student. Suppose if an art student he would like to take up the add-on courses. Add-on courses may be there in a TV production, or maybe if you are running a psychology department, if it is there in your college, the clinical psychology or industrial psychology may be one of the subjects we can introduce as an add-on courses. Functional Hindi may be another thing. Health and fitness and the lifestyle management is another course which you can look at it. Genetics is another subject, and then the various health related bachelor of vocational courses which you can talk about in the institution. The add-on courses are the one which adds in value to the program. So the number of hours which you are talking about should be more than the 30 contact hours. Now, in the engineering subject, you can have the Constitution India, professional ethics, bioethics, biosafety and IPR activities, law for engineers, construction project management and finance, sustainable telecommunication network, micro sensing networks. So these are some of the things which you can add value to your program. So only thing is that institution has to struggle a little bit to get the better output. Now in the qualitative metric 1.3.1, so in this metric, it's a qualitative metric. In the 1.3.2, this metric is the quantitative metric. In the quantitative metric, you will be having, as I already told you, project work, field work, internship, you can write in the numbers you can write. So our request to the institution is that if at all you are having an MOU, suppose to run a social work program, you may be having some one unit, you are having an MOU with the NGO. Suppose if you are having an NGO, the related things are there, you can have an MOU. Suppose if it is a commerce, you can have the company secretaries, some MOUs you can have. Suppose if you are having the industry based some programs are there, 2 credit you will be having with the MOUs. So these MOUs, if you are having for the syllabus, then you have to show in the documentary proof. Now, how exactly it will be calculated? In the 1.3 curriculum enrichment, there are 3 key indicators are there. One indicator talks about the qualitative metric, and another 2 talks about the system generated score. For example, in the peer assessment, if you have given the 2 weightage for the 1.3.1, then the maximum you can get is at 20. So in this particular thing, hypothetically we have put the 2. Suppose hypothetically if you put the 4 on a 0 to 4 scale, this is all the metrics have been put on the 0 to 4 scale. So maximum you can get is the 40 in this particular metric. Now if you look into the institution, in this particular metrics, the institution has got the totally 70. Now what is the 70? 70 is out of the 120. That means maximum one can get for this 30 weightage in a particular matrix is that 30 into 4, you will get the 120. What the institution has got in the hypothetical thing is that the 70 they have got. Now in the teaching learning evaluation, there are student enrollment catering to student diversity, teaching learning process, teacher profile and quality, evaluation process and reforms, student performance and learning outcome, and student satisfaction survey. So these are some of the key indicators are there. What actually the NAAC is looking? The NAAC is looking about the seats filled against the seats reserved, organizes special programs for advanced learners and slow learners, student to the full-time teacher ratio in the glossary, and you can look into the what are the full-time teacher. A full-time teacher is the one who takes the 90% of the workload of the regular teacher, and his appointment is there for 1 year. Then this will be called as the student to the full-time teacher ratio. In the NAAC assessment, in the glossary, in the manual, it is available for the public to see how exactly this has been interpreted. Student-centric methods such as experiential learning, participative learning, problem-solving methodologies, whatever the technique which you are using, you can look into it. ICT-enabled tools for effective teaching learning process. Today, in the COVID-19 situation, you are all having the some tools which we are using. It may be Google webinar, or it may be the WebEx, or it may be the Zoom technology, or it may be the some other technology which you are using. We are using different what they call ICT enabled services. The ICT enabled services which you are using in the program, which will be called as the effective teaching learning mechanism, which are there in the college. So how it is effective, that depends upon the program to program and the way the institutions or the teachers teaching in the class. Ratio of the mentor to student is that one. The UGC, MHRD, or the AICTE have given some of the mentor to mentor ratio. So it depends upon your institutional teachers availability in the campus, and as well as the number of students are there in the campus. So ratio will be calculated from the data which you have given to the NAAC. Average percentage of the full-time teachers against the sanction post. If it is a sanction post is 52, your sanction post is 52 with the available the teachers are in the permanent is 26. Then the 26 divided by 52 into 100 will calculate automatically the percentage of the full-time teachers. The full-time teachers with the PhD is also another thing which the NAAC is looking. Whether the full-time teachers are 50%, whether full-time teachers are 80%, how exactly the teachers are there in the full-time teacher. So with the PhD, that is also another question. There is a program outcome, and the course outcome has been taught by the NAAC, and the questions are available in the NAAC manual. Online student satisfaction survey has been taken care by the NAAC. There is a nothing permanent in the world except the change. So change should occur, whether it is a nature, whether it is our body, or whether it is our action. So always the change will happen. The change should happen for the improvement of the institution. In the IIT Bombay, in IIT Kharagpur, there are so many videos are there. Swayam videos are available, and you can look into the various channels which the government of India has brought out. A modern tool usage, you can look into the MOOCs and the Swayam, or a coefficient self-space thing is available in the many platform, and you need to look into that. Whether you need a life for a change, whether it is an old way or whether you wanted to go to the new way. What if it is a new way, how you will be doing the industrial visit which the students are taking up for the elective courses, or the final year projects are mentored by the teachers in the final year. The best projects may be awarded. आविष्कार हो, नवाचार हो, अन्वेषण के लिए थोड़ा वक्त तो देना पड़ेगा. So best practices should be awarded by the faculty member of the institution. There are various softwares are available in the learning management system, from the Arch, the way to the Google Docs, to the Schoology, or to the projector, or in the Moodle, or maybe the ICT tool, or NPTEL, or maybe the Swayam. There are so many things are available in the website of the in the internet. You can download it. The Benjamin Bloom is one of the good teacher who talks about the Bloom's taxonomy, and his focus, he tells about the education should focus on the mastery of the subject. Whether you are teaching the history or a political science or economics, or microbiology, zoology, or physics, you need to be a good mastery in your subject. Then only you will become a good teacher. What I would like to share with you in the today's morning is that one is the accreditation taxonomy. Well, during this half an hour, I shared some of the new slides with you, is to make sure that how the accreditation happens and how the evaluation happens. The taxonomy which we are talking about is having the different ways, what is called the quantitative, qualitative, student satisfaction survey, alumni interaction, various things will be there in this accreditation norms and the procedures. The Bloom's talks about the remembering to the understanding, understanding to the applying, applying to the analyzing, analyzing to the evaluating, and evaluating the student knowledge. You need to create a new knowledge. What is that new knowledge which you are creating depends upon the teaching, learning, evaluation procedure which you are adopted. So e-learning, e-content, live demo will be there, web resources will be there, peer teaching will be there, brainstorming session will be there. For example, a group work. In the mathematics, you can give the group work method for baking. Suppose if you would like to have a incubation center, then you can make a brainstorming session, you can do it. And in a live demo, you can give, suppose in the practical, if you would like to give the psychological therapy, you can give the live demo to the student. Web resources, suppose if you would like to make in the physics, if you would like to teach about the acoustics, then web resources are available to teach you in the physics things. Peer teaching is the one, the third year student can take some classes for the first year student, or the research students who are there in your college may take 1 or 2 classes for the teaching. So peer teaching is nothing but to enhancing the knowledge of the student and giving the guidance to the younger students. Activities based learning you can take up, hands-on experience you can look into it, and review of regular journals by the teachers is also another thing. How you will create a best practices? Best practices are nothing but the practices which you have followed over the years, and if you say it is best, then you will be talking about then these are the good practices of the institution. For example, if you make the regular review of the journals by Thursday afternoon from 3 to 4 every week, you will be having one review of the journals by the teachers. Suppose if you are having the 23 teachers in a college, and all the 23 teachers in a month, they have to give one seminar in the hall. What is the new journal which they have read, and what is the article they have done, and how it is useful to them, and what is that you have to look into it. My way of looking is that one, the arts teacher can look into the science teacher can look into the arts, because after all, it is educating ourselves for the journals which are available in the for writing the paper. So why the institutions need to look into the gaps which are there, they have to fill up. How to fill up that gap, that depends upon you to look into it. Now, in the criteria 2, in the teaching learning process, there are 3 key indicators are there. The key indicators, the first 2 will be evaluated by the peer, which is called the QLM. Another thing is evaluated by the quantitative metrics, which is system generated score. For example, first 2, the team has given in the first one 2 mark, and in the second one they have given the 3 mark out of the 0 to 4 scale. Then you will be calculating accordingly. So in the system generated score, the system has given you the 2 score on a 0 to 4 scale. Then you will get the 30. Practically you have got 115. The maximum one can get in this particular matrix is the 200, which you can get in the particular matrix. The NAAC has brought out the benchmark on a 0 to 4 scale for a peer assessment also, for the quantitative metric also it has brought. So now मैं एक हिंदी का लाइन बताना चाहता हूँ. उनके लिए सवेरे नहीं होते जो जिंदगी में कुछ भी पाने की उम्मीद छोड़ चुके हैं. उजाला तो उनका होता है जो बार बार हारने के बाद कुछ पाने के लिए उम्मीद रखे हैं. तो आप उम्मीद रखिए, so that you will continuously work for the improvement of the institution. In the criteria 3, This is research, innovations, and extension. You can look into the resource mobilization, innovations ecosystem, research publication and awards, extension activity and collaborations. A good researcher must be an open-minded and must also adopt the critical way of thinking process. Besides, he or she should be hardworking, diligent, focused, and also devoted to his specific field of interest. It may be English, or it may be the history, or it may be the microbiology which you are teaching. You need to create an interest in that subject. There is a researcher within all of us. They are waiting to lose sometimes. So don't lose with the mindset and the curiosity and a good thinker. When I was speaking to some of the people, principals in one of the webinar, they were telling that if your curiosity has been lost, you will lose everything. That means the curiosity is the one. It makes you a lot of difference. How to do the work, what is to be done, and that curiosity need to become from the within. And a good thinker will be a good commitment will be there, and it should be sympathetic like that. Grants for research projects, percentage of departmental having research project. Institution has created ecosystem for innovation, number of workshops and seminars, number of intellectual property rights, industry, academia, innovative practices, number of seminars, number of research papers, books and journals, extension activities in the neighborhood community, number of papers published in the per teacher is another thing. Students participating in extension activity programs such as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, number of extension program, number of awards and recognitions, number of linkages for faculty exchange, number of students undertaking the field trip, internship and the on-job training, and number of MOUs they are having, including the Startup India, Stand Up India, Digital India, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Make in India program, Made in India program, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. There are various schemes are available in the government of India, whether our college is applying or not. Where there is a will, there is a way. This is a small picture which I bring in front of you to share with you that. And the local of the repairee person is thinking about an innovative idea, having the solar cell with his vehicle, and he will be able to get the electricity from out of that one as the battery, and he can run a motor with them. So my request to all the faculty member is that when a smallest and the smallest person in India can think differently, why can't our teacher can think differently and make our student to think more? And your incubation center, your knowledge capital, your research work need to be improved over the years. In the research and extension, there are in the one particular metric, just to share with you, there are most of the quantitative metrics are there in the research innovations and extension criteria. The calculation will be done on a 0 to 4 scale, which you can look into it here. So in the infrastructure and learning resources, there are 4 metrics are there: physical facilities, library as a learning resource, infrastructure, IT infrastructure, maintenance of the campus, and the infrastructure is another thing. ICT enabled services, automated using the library, and our friend Dr. Birender talked about more thing about the library automated system. So there are various software and the guidelines are available. Institution has the following: e-journals, e-shows into e-Shodh Ganga membership, and e-books and the databases. Many e-books are available, and many e-journals are available, and many e-content is available. Only thing is that you kindly download, and your knowledge should be more. The knowledge can come anytime from anywhere also, but you have to consolidate that one. What is required for your student, you have to provide. All the things you may not be able to provide, but the only thing is here you have to create a new environment for the student to learn better in that particular college. Adequate facility for sports, games, outdoor and gymnasium, yoga, meditation, annual expenditure for purchase of book, e-content development, media center, recording facilities, IT facilities, Wi-Fi and bandwidth and internet, and student and computer ratio. For example, today we are having the internet connectivity. So that without the good bandwidth, you are not able to talk and your voice will not be able to receive particularly at the receiving end. How it has to be done? The bandwidth should be highest available in that particular day or in that particular agency, whatever you are having. So the maintenance of the campus is more important. Digital library is more important, and the e-books, and the journals, periodicals, open access to the student. Suppose if your library is open in the examination period, for example, in the month of the December, the examination are coming up. 24/7, if you are opening the library, and it will facilitate the library students or your student who can work day and night for the upliftment of them. Multimedia room is also another thing. Cleanliness and of the maintenance is also more important. Student support and progression. There are student support, student progression, student participation, alumni engagement is another thing which you can look into it. Free ship provided by the government. Capacity building of the student, including the skill development, skill enhancement, soft skill development, language, communication skill, life skills, yoga, meditation, remedial coaching, yoga and meditation, personal counseling, and placement is also more important. You also know that suppose one day one father was telling in one college that if you are having an MBA program, the parents when they are coming for the admission, first they will not ask that what is your fee or what is your teachers are doing. Only thing is that they will ask how many companies have come for you for the placement last year. You kindly tell me whether my boy or a girl will be able to get some placement after the graduation or after the post graduation. The way the teachers and the parents are thinking has been changed over the years. How we will be doing that depends upon you to look into it. The placement is also one of the things which NAAC is talking about. Alumni association is another thing. The alumni association is one thing which I would like to share with you, that how you can enhance the alumni contribution. The alumni contribution you can enhance provided if you have some new way of thinking process. For example, just to share with you, at the end of the program, a student may be having some caution money. The caution money may be given back to the student, and you can tell the student, kindly make you as the alumni association member, and you tell them you can transfer that money to here, and from the X account to the Y account it will be transferred, and then you can look into that. You make the alumni association receipt for him, and so that slowly you will be able to build up the alumni association fund to the over the year. My request is that where there is a will, there is a way, and a small bucket is comes with every second. If the one drop is coming up in the 24 hours, the full bucket will be full of waters. Like that way, small activity which you have done in the institution may lead after 4 years or 5 years down the line, it may go to the next stage of the association. Student counseling is more important. One boy and one girl may be the part of the IQAC cell of the institution. In the governance and leadership, there are 5 key indicators are there in the institution: vision and leadership, strategy development and deployment, faculty empowerment strategies, financial management and resource mobilization, internal quality assurance cell is another thing. Great leaders help the people to reach their goals, are not afraid to hire the people that might be better than them, and take a pride in the accomplishment of those they have helped in the long way. That means a good teacher will be there, a good person will be there in every college, and they may be better than the principal. But the thing is that you have to take a board that all the people into the consideration, and you have to lead in the college. Perspective plan, strategic plan is required. As I in one of the seminar which I shared with you, that the my request to Dr. Hiranya, Chaliha, and then other members of the principals who are part of the system is that in the next 5 years down the line, we should have at least the 40 to 50 colleges which are having the autonomous status in the Assam. So for the autonomous status, you need to work hard for bringing out the good grade of the NAAC, as well as the e-governance you have to bring out, and effectiveness has to be brought in for upliftment of the college as well as the region. financial support to attend the conference is more important. Faculty development program is more important. And a learning outcome need to be identified by the IQACs. Facilitating the academic and administrative audit is another thing. Initiation of the action by the participation in NIRF ranking is important. Incremental improvement made during the last 5 years is more important. Legal matter is also more important. What I suggest is that criteria 1 to 7, you can create separate file for everything, and you can keep on adding the in the criterion wise, and the action you can work out. Institutional values and social responsibilities, best practices and institutional distinctiveness, water harvesting, renewable energy, solid waste management, liquid waste management. Suppose e-waste management. See, it's a small idea just to share with you that in a college, you will be having sometimes the mobile battery is over, or your battery is you have to throw, or some waste of the electronic item waste like a keyboard or a mouse you wanted to throw somewhere. So where you will throw? Don't throw in the something. You kindly make it one small, big, pot type of the plastic one, and put a e-waste like that, and keep it in one of the place where prominent in the college, so that all the students, if they would like to throw something, the old thing of the waste of the electronic item, they can throw in that particular place, and that will give a good message to the student and the teachers, stating that the college is taking some new initiative for the e-waste management. Rainwater harvestment is another thing. Percentage of the expenditure in green initiative is more important. And renewable energy is one of the things, whether it is a solar cell, whether it is a solar lighting or a solar water heater. And in the hostel facilities, in the college, you can look into it. I just would like to give two ideas here to the audience, is that in one of the university in the Bihar, they have such a huge renewable energy, and all the office gadgets work on only on the solar energy only. In one of the college in the Pune is having the both wind energy as well as the solar energy. Morning from 8 o'clock to the evening at 8 o'clock, the college runs only in the renewable energy. The extra electricity generated has been given back to the grid by the college. So it depends upon the institution to look into it. As I know that in the government of India, particularly for the Northeast region, the government of India and the Prime Minister, particularly the Prime Minister, has taken several initiatives to upgrade the institutions in the northeastern state by providing all the renewable energy resources. For example, the solar water heating and the solar energy. And he has given the special package to the northeastern state. And in the Atal Innovation Mission, there are several schemes, particularly for the northeastern states have been assigned this type of the thing. I request the institution to look into it for the renewable energy. Code of conduct of handbook is more important, and for the parent, for the teachers, for the students, for the management, there may be code of conduct handbook you can make, and braille for the students who are blind, you can make some software availability, and scribe for examination, you can look into it. And national identity is another thing. Describe and explain the performance of the institution in one area of distinctiveness. As I already told you, distinctiveness should be not in the comparison. Distinctiveness has come within in the sense from the mission statement to the vision statement to the action and the priority areas which you have done, that need to be reflected in the activities of the institution. It may be extension, it may be teaching, or it may be the e-governance, which you have to look into it. Two best practices you have to give to the NAAC for the validation purpose. Now, optional metrics, you can look into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th criteria for the optional metrics. And if you look into the website, there are 500 words can be written in this type of the things. Kindly write in the Word file first, and then paste it in the portal. And in the second thing, like the ticking of the 1 to 5, and you have to give the additional information in a template you have to upload, whether it is a letter or a photograph, geotech photograph, or any other activities or a report which you can add on to the things. So मैं अंत में इतना बता सकता हूँ, उम्र थका नहीं सकती, ठोकर गिर नहीं सकती है, अगर जीतने के जिद हो तो परिस्थितियां हरा नहीं सकती है. Keep on doing the good things and success will be in your doorstep. मैं अंत में धन्यवाद देते हुए आप सबको इस प्रोग्राम के लिए अंतिम क्षण के लिए धन्यवाद देता हूं. आपको बहुत बहुत आभार. धन्यवाद. Over to the Dr. Birender Palji.
Thank you, Dr. Ganesh Hegde sir. Really, sir, it was a very, very explanatory presentation, and definitely, sir, this will definitely help all our participants to revamp themselves with the NAAC assessment system. And definitely, sir, all participants will be benefited. And thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time for this program, sir. That's a big thing for us. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, shall we continue the question hours now?
Yes, 2-3 questions we'll take, then we'll ask the Ruchi.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, there is a question to you. That, sir, is there any kind of changes on the NAAC guideline following the COVID-19 situation?
Right now, there is no change in the evaluation procedure, sir. Nah. If the, see, for example, just to share with you that the, suppose if the teacher comes in the November, December to the class, is there any change will be there in the class? There will be no change in the class, but the way you teach may change. So the some metrics it may has to re-look into by the NAAC, which we are already doing. What we are doing is that for 19 and 20, if the academic year is not completed, because in the UGC's guideline says up to September they will be allowing for the 1920, because the 1920 situation has not been completed. Academic year is not completed. Now, NAAC is giving some extension. Suppose, for example, in the month of January and June, you have submitted the SSR. So we will give you the 6 months down the line extension, so that your activity which you are completed during the 1920 will be taken into consideration.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next question, sir, is that will the NAAC recognize all the webinars that the teachers are doing as a speaker or as a participant?
Yes, yes, it will be recognized, because you see, as the e-content development is, we are recognizing. See, whatever the e-content development we have done, that we are recognizing. In the similar way, webinar is also one part of the things which will be recognized by the NAAC. NAAC will change some of the questions which in the future that definitely will happen, but it will take little time to, because it is a big what to call procedural things you have to follow. As your board of study has to take a decision, then it has to go to the academic council, then it has to be implemented. In the similar way, NAAC is also taking some time to change.
Thank you, sir. And next question, sir, that the teachers who are appointed for 45 days and continue for the whole year with a break of 1 day after 45 days will be treated as a regular teacher or not, sir?
No, that your government has to take a decision, not the NAAC. See, if you are throwing out after the 55th day, it is not a continuation of the service, and it is not good for the institution also, not good for the teacher also. See, there should be some basic ethics should be there. The teacher should be the teacher, and he should be recognized. Whether he takes the full class or the 90% of the workload, it depends upon you. But he should be treated properly. That is my way of looking. It should not be half meal, it should be full meal should be given. So teacher should be given the full thing. Government of Assam or the director of higher education should look into this issue, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. And last question, sir, that students' feedback are taken usually only in the 6th semester in some colleges. Okay. It should be taken in every semester or not?
It depends upon you to look into it. See, today you are conducting a webinar. So at the end of the webinar, you are taking a feedback. So after 6th webinar, you will take a feedback? No. It is every webinar you will be taking a feedback, because the participants may be more or less or new will be there. In the similar way, the teachers taught in the first semester may not be the relevant in the sixth semester. So first semester, what is feedback from the student should be taken. So every semester they can take up.
Thank you, Danas. Dr. Ganesh Hegde sir, really sir, it's a very wonderful session you have taken, and really we're very much proud to you to have you in this webinar, sir. Thank you very much. And if time permits, we'll take more questions at the last, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, I will be there. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad.
Thank you to Dr. Dilip Kumar, please.
Thank you, Birender. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Ruchi Tripathi, Assistant Advisor in National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Dr. Ruchi has Masters in Business Administration with Finance and Human Resource as area of specialization. She has PhD in Management. Dr. Ruchi has more than 13 years of experience with extraordinary caliber and appreciable academic potential. He has written more than 2 books in area of finance, economics, and human resource management. He has published many papers in international and national journals. He has coordinated many assessor orientation program and NAAC awareness program. He has also actively involved in standardized NAAC quality process. Now, I'd like to invite Dr. Ruchi Tripathi to deliver her speech. Madam, please.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
My PPT is visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's clearly visible.
Okay, thank you. Very good afternoon, one and all present here. Respected Principal Sir, Dr. H.K. Chaliha, along with all college family members, Mr. Birender, and my respected participants. Today is the revised accreditation framework presentation, so I just want to discuss the revised accreditation framework, which was introduced before 2 years back. Again, that revised accreditation framework is again revised into this year, like 2020 January. We'll get a lot of feedback from experts, college, university. So we have changed little bit. Whenever we thought that metric may be changed, either may be converted from the quantitative metric to the qualitative metric, or some maybe the sentence change and definition change on the basis of what suggestion and feedback we received from the different stakeholders. Now, this is also the DVB, data validation and verification, and student satisfaction survey. This is the unique feature of revised accreditation framework. In this framework, you know, as you are aware about, the whole new system of accreditation is a very objective, data-oriented, reliable, scalable and ICT-based system. In the DVB and student satisfaction survey, we supposed to submit that self-study report as per requirement of the metric, as per requirement of the supporting data and all. So we just move about the whole process of the DVB. So that is data validation verification process. Sir already explained, Dr. Ganesh Hegde sir already explained the self-study report. So once the self-study report submitted by HEI to the NAAC, there is a next process. There is 2 parallel process will start. That one is the data validation and verification process, and another is the student satisfaction survey process. So DVB process is the only, this process is actually for the, we have third party that is called a DVB partner. That DVB partner will verify all the quantitative metric only, not qualitative metric. So what are the process, how they will verify all the quantitative metric? So once the SSR submitted by the HEI, that will go whole SSR to DVB partner, and the DVB partner verifies input, extended profile question and quantitative metric only the quantitative metric based on the templates and complete details. As already explained in previous presentations, are very much meticulously explained the quantitative data template. So how to fill the data template? We have the format where NAAC is designed the format. In this format, suppose to HEI provide all the information what format NAAC is prepared. Don't edit anything, otherwise will take the problem in the DBB process, because the DBB partner verify all the quantitative metric input along with the supporting document and data template. So these are the things. Apart from this, this is also too important to understand the HEI for the validates the same with the upload documents link. Suppose in case of the HEI, maybe this is the responsibility of HEI. They have supposed to host all the documents. If the number are more, or the data is more than 5 MB, they're supposed to upload all the information in concerned institutional website. In this DBB process, they're supposed to provide the links. So this is the important thing. Also, apart from this, the DBB partner also verify the data from the web sources like AISHE, NIRF, UGC, institutional website. If the college or the universities are already accredited or ranked by the NIRF, suppose that. But in AISHE and UGC also they may verify if they are find some discrepancies are there. So in this case, all the DBB process, data validation verification process, are on portal only. On the portal, the DBB partner raise the queries to extended profile questions and quantitative metric whenever it found the mismatch or discrepancy in the data after initial verification and validation. So whenever they found the data is not match, means what HEI submitted input in the portal, SSR portal, and the supporting documents and the data templates. If all the documents suppose mismatch, in this case, DBB partner raise the clarification. I wanted to tell one thing more. In case of, because I told you that in the DBB process, only the quantitative metric is going to verify. So in the quantitative metric, suppose I'm just take the example of PG college. So in the postgraduate college, there is 60 metric of the quantitative metric. So in this 60 quantitative metric, once the HEI is submitted, the DBB partner will check all the input and supporting document concerned quantitative metric and the data template. If they are found, suppose 40 metric or 30 metric or 10 metric are not matched. So in this case, for this concerned metric, DBB partner will raise the queries on portal to the HEI. So this is the one thing. Apart from this, once the DBB partner raise the clarification, then that will go to the HEI, and HEI has the 15 days time will be taken to clarify all the queries, upload relevant document, provide a revised clarification input, and submit the DBB clarification on portal only. So this is the important things. Sometimes it is observed that sometimes HEI is not take very much serious and they are not submitted. Suppose I explained in earlier slide, suppose DBB partner raise clarification on 40 metric, but HEI submit only for the 30 metric. It should not like that. Because what clarification, how many clarification asked by the DBB partner, this is the mandatory to HEI. They will respond all the clarification. If need, they has to revise clarification. If has the more, the relevance of document is also for the better clarity, for the better understanding what kind of documents supposed to HEI provide for each quantitative metric. We have NAAC has prepared standard operating procedure for the type of institution. If the HEI is the PG college or the undergraduate college or autonomous college or the university. Apart from this, if health science institutions, or the health science university or the Sanskrit institution. In this case, NAAC is already prepared the standard operating procedure, what kind of documents supposed to HUI provide and what kind of documents supposed to HUI not provide. So this is mentioned in our SOP. In earlier presentation, sir is very good explained that once you are going to submit the SSR, you download the standard operating procedure and read out and collect the document accordingly for better understanding, for the better clarity and the better move the direction. So this is the better understanding. Also, I wanted to just point out here there is no extension of time will be given to submit the DBB clarification, unless for only the natural calamities, political disturbance and likewise. Because if the HA has the 15 days, then HA is supposed to provide within the 15 days all the clarification to the portal only, because there is no extension timeline. But any natural problem or the political disturbance or the any problem like today COVID-19. So lot of one query I saw in the chat box ki, so any other provision in COVID-19. So I wanted to tell in each cases from the IQAC, SSR, DBB and AQR, NAAC is going to give the extension. It depends on individual, it depends on case to case. So this is the phenomena. But generally, the NAAC is not going to give the extension due to the transparency, due to the proper assessment accreditation flow. We are not going to give any extension like very little or small things. So this is very much important to understand HEI. That is only for the natural calamity political disturbance, not like IQAC is transferred. Tomorrow is this festival, because we have lot of festival in India. If you are going to on the extension on the basis of festival, so you understand it is not possible to process the all the assessment and accreditation process. Along with this, I wanted to explain here there is no second level of clarification. So this is suggestion, this is a request to HEI. Please very much you are when you are going to prepare the SSR and you are submit SSR, please be very much conscious to the supporting documents and data templates, inputs, because there is no second level of clarification. Once the DBB receives SSR, they will raise one-time clarification to HEI, and HEI has to submit all clarification within the 15 days only. There is no second level of clarification, means कि NAAC is not accepting any supporting documents, any revised input when after the DBB process is over. Because we observed, we have experience, I wanted to tell here, once the one or two college maybe asked, they asked because we are forget during the DBB clarification some of the documents we have, but we are forget or we have missed like that. So I just request to HEI, don't do like that. Within the timeline, within the process, you have to provide each and everything, because due to the maintenance of transparency, we are not accepting only the portal relevant supporting document we are considering. Apart from this, we are not going to considering anything. So this is the important thing. Apart from this, this is also important to understand HEI, what are the verification, how to verification is going on. So in this case, whenever the data is large, some of the metric like the student gone for the internship or the student placement like that, or the teachers are awarding cultural or sports activities. So in this case, apart from this, lot of many metrics also there. In this case, in we have asking the DBB may be asked for the random selection. What DBB will do? DBB partner will pick some name on the basis of the data template, and they will ask, please provide this student or this teacher certificate. So in this case, this is responsibility to HEI. They has to provide all the certificates. Otherwise, DBB will take a decision of pro rata basis. Means if the DBB partner ask, please provide XYZ 10 student summer internship certificate. But in this case, if the HEI are able to provide all 10 certificates, means what data you are you input, you are claimed that may same as it is considered by the DBB partner. But suppose you are not able to provide all 10 certificate, Instead of 10, you are going to provide only 8 or 6. Accordingly, the data is reduced, percentage is reduced, or your claimed input, maybe 80% or 60% of the whole input. So this is the way the verification is going on. Once the DBB process, after the completion of DBB process, the input and response for all these metric and extended profile questions, where the question are raised, will be updated and finalized by the DBB partner, and the DBB analysis, deviation analysis report containing the input before DBB clarification, after DBB clarification, along with the remarks, is included as an annexure in the updated SSR for the institutions. So which kind of deviation is going to look, I just take here example. There is deviation is look like that, the extended profile deviation and metric level deviation. You are able to see here, there is the status of change state, there is 4 kind of status: no answer change, HEI clarification accepted, DBB suggestion recommended, change after clarification. So this status is based on your input. What input is given by HEI in the SSR or in the DBB on the DBB portal, clarification portal. So I just take the example one by one, they're able to understand. So I'm just taking the example here, extended profile deviation. So you may be see here, this is extended profile deviation, no answer, the status is no answer change. In this case means what HEI input is submitted, claimed, that same input is considered by the DBB partner. So that is the status is look like no answer change. Another, HEI clarification is accepted. It means the HEI is given clarification at the time of SSR some different number, but the discrepancy of the supporting document, DBB partner raise clarification. After raise clarification, the HEI given the another input, and that input is considered by the DBB, that is called the HEI clarification accepted. Another is the DBB suggestion recommended. This is same like the HEI clarification accepted, means on the basis of supporting document, DBB partner find out this is not at least HEI claimed at least 4 of the above, but DBB find out there is none of the above on the basis of supporting document, and that suggestion is accepted by the HEI, that is called the DBB suggestion recommended. And the last is very dangerous, we can say like that, no change after clarification. In this case, what input given by the HEI, that input is totally changed on the basis of supporting document, what HEI claimed, maybe 0 or maybe increase or maybe decrease. So that status is called as the change after clarification. So this is very much important to HEI. They may give the relevant supporting document, exact supporting document on the basis of the metric. I wanted to explain here one more things also, because we have the extended profile, and all the extended profile metric number are the denominator for the metric wise questions. So I just take example, you are able to see here there is 13 metric. So that 13 metric is affected when this extended profile metric is going to change. Number of student year wise during the last 5 years. So HEI given year wise data. So you are able to see here, but in this case, DBB partner accepted the number what HEI is given, that is no answer change. In this case, it is okay. But suppose your documents, HEI documents is not matched with this input. So in this case, that input may be decrease or increase or 0. It depends on the supporting documents. So in this case, you may understood, because this is the denominator of all the extended profile metric is the denominator. So you know, maybe you are going to understand that 13 metrics is going to affected due to the change of the one extended profile deviation. So this is also important to HEI to understand whenever you're going to give the data in extended profile, this is your responsibility to ensure that documents is relevant or not, because this metric is asking about the information on roll year wise student, number of student year wise during the last 5 years. So it means suppose the last 5 years 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18 and 18, 19. So in this case, in the institution, year of 14, 15, how many total students are there? Either first year our second year, our third year. But total students are there, not only first year. Sometimes HEIs is misunderstood. They are given the only first year student. No, this is on roll year wise. So you have to provide data year wise. So this is the metric want, and this understanding of the metric, concern metric is also important. And that number of students is going to affect 13 metric. So you are very much aware about this. Like that, one more metric are there, number of full-time teacher year wise during the last 5 years. So in this case also there is the 13 metric is the enumerator for the one metric. So HEI may look for all those things very much particularly. And this is the deviation analysis report I explained in my earlier slides. You are able to see here, this is the metric ID, this is the metric definition, description, old metric value, new metric value, change in percentage. So what is the old metric value and new metric value we are going to discuss here. That old metric value means what data given in SSR during the DBB clarification, that data is changed on the basis of supporting document, that is called as new metric value. So there is the percentage, how many percentage change means what data you given in SSR and you are given data in during the DBB clarification this. For this reason only there is change in percentage. So that percentage of change may be increase or decrease, it depends upon the input and supporting documents. So right now there is no penalty clause and all, but you may understood these differences look like how the HEI is going to mispresent or given the wrong data. So in this case, this is responsibility to HEI. Don't give wrong data. You have to provide clear, transparent and exact data, either SSR or DBB. If you're going to give very much good data, then this is not going to affect the problem in the DBB clarification, and also may you receive less clarification during the DBB clarification. So this is the thing I wanted to explain here. Some of the important point to be very much important to HEI to be understood, noted for the whole assessment accreditation process, even particularly in the DBB process. We have for each metric, quantitative metric I explained, we have the maximum file size that documents supposed to HEI submit, that is the 5 MB. So suppose you have more data, more 5 MB in case of autonomous college or the big structure of college or the university. So in this case, you have to upload the same data on the institution website and provide the particular link in the response box. Because if you're going to provide the response box, that link is verified by the DBB partner during the DBB clarification steps. It is also important some type HEI given the link, but sometimes it is password protected. So this is request from NAAC, don't protect any password. If you're going to protect password, it is going to be affected, because the verification is very much the period is time period is very much important. So in this case, don't protect any kind of password. Where if you're going to password protected, maybe sometime you give the password, that password may be the small and capital, then they are going to affect your verification process. Apart from this, don't give any data in the Google Drive or any kind of drive, because the drive data NAAC is not accepted due to the some better transparency, to the better verification process. So don't give any data in the Google Drive. No other means of communication between the HEI and DBB partner except response box provided against each metric. So this is important. There is no communication between the HEI and the DBB partner. You have to, the DBB partner asks clarification on the response box on the portal, and the HEI has to provide all clarification only the portal. There is no other means. You are not able to contact the phone either, or the email, or any other way. So this is not allowed. This is not in permission of these things. So this is your responsibility to understand the process and all. The timeline is very much important. Even not only the DBB, whole process is the very much time framing. Only the registration, when you are going, it is decided by the HEI. HEI has to decide the registration. There is no timeline for the registration. You have to register any time, the 24 hours or 365 days, no problem. But once you submit your IQAC, institutional information for quality assessment. There is a total timeline, means ki you have to bound it for time. That timeline is the very much important. Apart from the whole process, this is also in DBB process. As explained, there is only 15 days to the DBB part, the HEI to respond all the clarification what DBB partner asked. It is important to website should be functional during the assessment and accreditation process during the DBB process. This is responsibility of HEI to ensure that website should be functional, because I explained when the DBB partner is not verified any data or the NAAC, then even NAAC and DBB partner both are concerned with the concerned HEI website. So it is responsibility to HEI, it is ensure ki your website is functional. Check notification on portal registered email ID. This is the responsibility. I just take example. One day I received one call from the HEI and they told me ki our DBB clarification is over, but I'm not getting any information from the NAAC side ki our DBB is going to start. Yes, started as over. So in this case, I just wanted to tell, once you submit your SSR, this is your responsibility. At least 1 day or 2 days, you have to check your portal, HEI portal, along with registered email ID, because your DBB before starting of the DBB clarification, there is information already given to the HEI on portal along with the email, registered email ID. So you have to very much careful. If you are not getting any clarification, you have to raise the clarification on the issue management system. Also, we have some of the metric. That metric wants the geo-tagged photos. So what is the geo-tag photo? This is available in standard operating procedure, how to take geo-tag photos, how to paste there, how these captions and that date and all there in the geo-tagged photo. This is the important things. And also along with this, sometimes HEI has the some of the documents in the regional language or the vernacular language. So for this is request to you please give the English translated version of the documents, because what happened, the clarification maybe a verification may be going to interrupt if the documents is in regional language. So this is responsibility to HEI. You have to translate and signed by the competent authority and seal along with the original vernacular and regional language document. You also give the English translated documents. We have some of the metric in the quantitative metric, that data is asked for the number, data is asked for in lakhs, 4-5 metrics are there. So this is responsibility to HEI. You have to provide inputs in lakh, not in numbers. Suppose I just take one example. We have one metric asking about the total expenditure of purchase of books and journal excluding salary last year wise during the last 5 years. So in this case, you have to provide expenditure year wise in lakhs, not in number. Suppose in 18-19 the expenditure of purchase of books and journal is 1,50,000. So you have to give the data 1.5 like that, not 1500 and 000 kind of thing. And you also understood read the glossary, understand the metric, extract audited statement certified by CA. Some of the metric is asking for the budget statement, audited statement. So in this case, HEI has to provide the CA certified documents. That is non-compliance. What happened actually, I explained here that this is mandatory to reply all clarification, how many clarification asked by the DBB partner. So suppose DBB partner 40 clarification, but HEI given the 30 or 10 clarification. So in this case, due to the non-available of the documents and mismatch of the data, that the metric is not going to verify. So in this case, that is called that assessment and accreditation is going to stop. And in this case, HEI has to apply after 1 year a fresh assessment and accreditation process during after the fresh submission of the IQAC. So this is responsibility to HEI. You have to provide all clarification. This is mandatory. Don't give like that. This is non-compliance cost. That is non-compliance DBB process. So it is mandatory to respond. After the DBB process, there is pre-qualification stage is generated. That is called as the score of the total overall quantitative metric, that is at least 25% or more than 25% is needs for the pre-qualification stage. If HEI is given, take score, overall quantitative score 25% or more than 25%, it means that HEI is pre-qualified. But if HEI is score less than 25%, so in this case the HEI is non-qualified, any pre-qualification failed. I also explained here, in this case there is non-inclusion of the student satisfaction survey score. This is all quantitative metric score, not the student satisfaction score, because the student satisfaction survey score is add in total system generated score, but it is not included in the pre-qualification stage. So this is the pre-qualification stage. I explained when the pre-qualification qualified, the next process is peer team visit. But if failed, there is next that is phrase that assessment and accreditation is they has to apply after 6 months after a fresh IIQA submission of IIQA. So this is mandatory to HEI to understand the process and all. Let us move about the student satisfaction survey. As I explained there, the DBB and SSS process both are going to parallel. So student satisfaction survey is what? Actually, this is simple. This is our second criteria, sir already explained there, teaching and learning process. In the second criteria, the survey, all the survey of student through the list of student provided by the institutions, and the student will remain anonymous throughout the process, and that metric which has highest weightage of 60 among all the SSR self-study report, and the score of this metric will be considered for the calculation of the pre-qualification score, but not be considered for the final CGP. So this is the student satisfaction survey I wanted to explain here. The next student satisfaction survey is the online process, online submission, online student satisfaction process. There the total number of students on roll as on the date of submission of IIQA, means if you are submitted in your IIQA number of students, that IIQA is the 50% of student is mandatory to give the details of all 50% of student, how many students you claimed, HEI claimed in IIQA. Means 1000 students, suppose you are claimed in IIQA, so you have to give the 1000 ka 50%, that is 500 students in the SSR. So this is mandatory to provide the student detail in SSR. This is the format how to give the student detail. So this is name of student, gender, category, state domicile, nationality, email ID, program name, unique ID, mobile number, year of joining. So these all information are mandatory. There is a description, there is information tooltips in portal. Don't put any dash or any kind of stops points, because the computer is not going to take these kind of things. This is the important. So this is also important point to be noted by the HEI. Column name, heading name, and others should not be altered. If you are going to alter, this is going to create the problem of the student satisfaction survey. And data will be accepted in text format only as per the template. No links should be provided while entering the email address. No cells should be left blank. This is mandatory to fill all cells. Email address is very much mandatory, because once you submit your SSR, that student satisfaction survey is only on the, that student will receive link from the NAAC, only email ID. So email ID is very much mandatory. You ensure the repetition of email will be ignored by the system. You know, the non-functional emails will not be identified and separated. The repetition of email address and mobile number is not allowed. Before entering the email address, student, this is advised to HEI to please send one email to those email address and ensure that all email is checked and clear, and this is good, not like bounced. So this is important things to be noted from this suggestion to the HEIs. Also, the total record of student details should not exceed the total number of students mentioned in IIQA. Yes, it is identified some of the institution is given the number of students on IIQA is different and SSR is the different. How it is possible? So in this case, because that if the information is going to change, so it is going to affect your SSR. Also, along with this, some of the rules to the entering the data is this is important to understand the HEI. In Excel sheet, we are going, if your HEI is going to fill all the information, that format I showed here, this information Excel sheet. So this is important to understand. Only 500 record per one Excel sheet. Only one Excel sheet should be present. One Excel workbook. No more Excel sheet to be attended in the Excel sheet. Means, suppose in HCI has the 1000 student, so you have to download one Excel sheet and you fill all those information. Only the 500 student. If you're going to fill another 501 student, so you have to upload another Excel sheet, fresh Excel sheet. Don't create sheet number 2 or any other sheet in same Excel sheet. So this is provision to how to upload the students. So if you have the more than 500, so you have to create more new Excel workbook. Instead of in same Excel book, you create next sheet like that. So this is the provision like that. Apart from this is example I just taken. Suppose you are claimed in IQAC 1250 student. So 50% of 1200, 625, it is mandatory to provide all details of 625 student. But if HEI is given, suppose more than 625, that is 770 student. So 770 students out of 1250 HEI given. So details of remaining 400 students are not available sufficient to SSR. In this case, if survey is, that is, there is two level of survey. First is 30%, and second is if the 30% is going to cover the response box that is required in college, 10% or 100 minimum, whichever is minimum, is going to complete, that is okay. If that is not going to okay, then again there is a resurvey, and second survey is called as 70%, remain 70% student. Please, you may be understood here. Like that, 770, 30% of the students of 770, 231 students will attend the survey. So in this case, the 10% suppose is happened, are the 125, 10% of 1250 is 125, or the 100, whichever. If 100 is happened at 125, that is your survey is going to cover. But if not like that, so in this case, that second 70%, then remaining students, 231 remaining student, NAAC is going to give the, after some days they will give the second survey, that is called a remaining student, that we may be covered about the 10% or the 100. But you understand, ensure if the student 99 student only attend the survey, so in this case the score will be 0 for this particular metric. Means that there is need of minimum at least 10% of the total student, or the 100, whichever is minimum, that is minimum requirement of the evaluating of this metric. So this is mandatory. Also, timeline is very much important. As I explained earlier, this survey is 10 days. First survey is 10 days. After 30% of students will receive the email. It will be made to the minimum target if it's going to happen. Otherwise, the second step is going to 70% student is going to accept the survey. So what is the procedure of the survey? Survey will be initiated after the SSR submission, conducted simultaneously with DBB. I explained. This is stratified random sample of the student will be chosen for the survey. An initial survey auto-generated email will be sent to the student email address, which contain link to be active to attending the survey. Sorry, the link has been activated 7 days. Failing which, the link cannot be activated later. Means if the student is not going to fill the survey 7 days, then this is this is going to expire. Then other activation is going to start. So this is responsibility to HEI. Once the SSR survey is started, you have also able to see in your portal. So this is your responsibility to contact the student and aware about. Please go to the email ID, and if you receive any link, you have to process. You have to give your response like that. This is responsibility and motivation kind of thing. Student attend survey within the date completion after the link, and that is a minimum requirement in case of college 10% or 100. If university, that is 10% or the 500. We have 21 questionnaire total. I just discussed about that questionnaire. We have 21 questions. In this question, there is the English and Hindi version, both are there available in our website. This 20 question is objective, but one is subjective. That one subjective question will be verified at the time of peer team visit. but 20 question will validate on the system based, student system based, that is available on website. And that response is 20 objective question have to be provided as a Likert scale based. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0 is the most negative and 4 is the most positive response. And that several facts, teaching learning process, this questionnaire is related to the teaching learning process, specific teaching skills, teachers, overall approach, education process, subject knowledge, communication skill, class preparation, ICT tools, etc. So this question is based on in this basis. Some of the important point to be noted by the HEI. NAAC is already designed a poster. This is available in our website in student satisfaction survey menu there. You can also, for the awareness of the student, you please make a poster information about the student satisfaction survey and host in your notice board. And if the questionnaire is maybe not able to understand to the HEI, you have to translate in the local language and explain to what is the meaning of these questions. And creating awareness, encourage students to uses of email ID. They must have used the email ID, and suggesting us all the students to check their email regularly once the SSR is submitted by the HEI. This is a responsibility. Monitoring the SSS of student satisfaction survey, percentage of students attend the survey. Students should not influence with respect of response given the questions in the survey. This will ensure to genuine feedback for the institution to improve the further process. Let us discuss about the on-site visit and logistic. So right now, the some of the important point to be requirement of the HEI portal. Now, this is auto-generated email for the payment. I just wanted to clear here, all assessment and accreditation payment are the online basis on portal. There is totally online process. So once your pre-qualification stage is going to over, you will receive auto-generate email for the payment key HEI. You have to submit the second installment of SSR and logistic payment for the further process. Selection of 3 slots of date. When you are going to submit the second installment and logistic fees, this is responsibility to HEI on portal only. You please select 3 slots of PA team visit dates, which is easy. Which is the choice of you, but as per NAAC guidelines. Details of near airport, railway station, distance from college. You also fill there is the column is there in HEI portal. Ki near airport is which airport is nearby your institution. You have to provide the details, railway station detail, and how much distance from the college and airport or the railway station you have to also mention there. And details of 3 choices of near hotel, distance from the airport, railway station and college, you have to also provide there. Payment of second installation, as I explained, logistic, submit within 10-15 days from the date of the pre-qualification. We have received lot of query in issue management ki our pre-qualification is over. When we are going to give the payment, the second installment and logistic fees. So there is a rule, there is a within the 10 and 50 days you are going to submit. But today is the COVID-19 problem. So in this case, we are going to give little bit because the situation is not like that. So in this case, we are looking the things how to going to very much positive way or the very much understand way. Points to be remembered from the HEI: there is no money transaction by any means of between the PAT member and college, because all those things is taken care of by the NAAC only, or logistic arrangement done by the NAAC only. We have third party Baman & Lari, that Baman & Lari is looking all the arrangement, airport and all railway station, they himself, these are the things are there. And local transportation onward from and return from airport, railway station, hotel to college, that will be taken care by the HEI. This is responsibility of HEI. You only the local transportation arrangement you have to done by your side. Otherwise, other things that the NAAC is going to taking care. Payment of remuneration, traveling allowance, other things has to be paid by NAAC side. No hard copy will be sent to the college. No communication between the members and college still 3 days before the visit. Sometime HEI call and ask, our peer team visit, our peer team date is like upcoming this month, but still we don't have information who is coming for the peer team visit. So in this case, we are not going to disclose any name or who is going to take in visit. This is only before 3 days. This is the provision. So please wait before 3 working days. NAAC officer is going to provide you the details of the 3 members. Let us move about the peer team visit. So peer team visit is like that ki, in this case only the qualitative aspect of self-study report is going to validate, because the quantitative will verified by the DBB partner. So qualitative metric is going to verified by the peer team member. And the significant and impact of various process of academic activities as well as administrative procedure of the institution. Sometimes institution ask, they may interfere administrative procedure peer team member. They will ask due to the maybe that is related to the metric or your institution. So that information maybe peer team member ask for the administrative also, but they will ask, they will note, not other things like that. Aspect which cannot be quantified and evaluated. Peer team member analyze the various qualitative aspect, stock analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, challenges. If suggestion for improving quality in academic and administrative project, they also give to provide in this report. And what are the composition and duration of the details? So we have a large database of the expert, approx 6,000 experts are there in our database. In this base, we have the composition like that. In the 3 categories, sometimes the 4 category also. In chairperson category, all vice chancellor are the vice chancellor, member coordinator, professor of the university, member principal of the accredited college, professor of university from the different state, different subject and faculty. Sometimes we also, apart from 3 members, we also send observer. It depends on institution, it depends on the competent authority. We also send the observer. So there is a composition, 1 chairperson, 1 member coordinator, 1 member in case of college. But in case of university, there is 5 people, 1 chairperson, 1 member coordinator, 3 members are there. 2 days for the college and 3 to 5 days for the university. And the finalized date for visit on the portal. Details of PAT member only 3 days before I explain. Tentative visit schedule already prepared by NAAC. During the visit, there is pre-visit meeting before 1 day evening, preparation of financial visit schedule on portal. Now there is on portal, each and everything is the on portal. You are able to, if you want to say, suppose chairperson is wanted to tell anything to the member coordinator or member, that has to raise on portal that what submission from their side. This is the first day things, what kind of things you're going to conduct in first day. Head of presentation, head of institution, IQAC, and interaction member, like that. These are the first day. I wanted to tell here one thing. The department of visit is depends on, we have some rule like that. At least 50% of department choice, 25% choice of the member, and 25% choice of the college. So you have to decide your choice, and this is choice of the member. They can ask any department, that is 25%. Second day visit is like that. Various department interaction, non-teaching, mock exit meeting. So this is second day visit schedule. This is available in a NAAC website. You can go through. And now let us move about the assessment outcomes. Once the peer team is over, there is we have the standing committee. Result within the 30 days after the completion of visit. In the standing committee, you are able to see our NAAC website, that result. After that, the assessment outcome documents in HEI portal, you are able to see, that is, one is the peer team report. In this report, comprehensive criteria-wise analysis, SWOT analysis, recommendation are there and further improvement. Second is the graphical representation of institution performance, qualitative and quantitative. Means you can able to see here the graphical wise performance of the qualitative indicator and quantitative metric, like that, how many metrics are there, description, distribution of high performance, which metric are high performance, which are average performance, which are low performance, and graphical presentation of criteria wise overall scores, institutional grade side, cumulative score, key indicator wise, cumulative score criteria wise, and overall CGPA. Certificate will be posted after the process. Display of assessment outcome document on the institution website. So this is the thing, this is the grading system right now in RAF. you go through our website. This is the quantitative metric plus qualitative metric plus student satisfaction survey. Then this is final is the accreditation outcome. I explained there the quantitative metric is not included the student satisfaction survey. So this score is separate, excluded, but these all are called as the two quantitative and triple S called as the system generated score, and this is the qualitative score given by the PAT member, that final accreditation outcome. This is important to HEI. All those information they may hosted in the institutional website, PAT report, Q&A metric, institution grade sheet. This is look like quantitative metric, qualitative metric based on performance, as I explained in earlier PPT. This is high performance blue color, and this is red color average performance, and green color low performance. So you may see here the indicator wise which indicator you are great marks and which are in low marks. So for second cycle or subsequent cycle, you may improve whenever you are average or whenever you are low. So this is the things you are able to see here. Distribution of performance score wise, key in how many key indicator are high, that is score is you are getting 3.0124, and where you are getting 2 to 3, where you are getting low performance, that is 0 to 2. So on the basis of you can improve your metric wise key indicator wise performance. This is a graphical presentation of QNM and QLM. And after the accreditation process, there is 3 things. If HEI is not happy with the grade, they can come for the appeal, but within the 30 days. Other information is available in our website for the appeal process you can go through. And second is the reassessment. So for the improvement of the grade, there is provision to reassessment, but there is rule after the declaration of result, you have to come after 1 year, but before 3 years. And this is post accreditation phenomena, that is called as, this is important to HEI, fill regular timely submission of AQR for every year starting with the academic year in which results are declared. So this is the AQR. I just given the example. After the first cycle, submission of AQR is very much mandatory to institution to every year. This is the time to every 1st of June of the window is open, and till 31st December will be open, and is going to close 31st December. Let us take one example. If any HEI is going to fill the 19 and 20 the of AQR 2019 and 20. So in this case, the window will be open 1st June of 20 and shall close by the 31 December 20. So you may be fill your AQR 1st June 20 to 31st 20. Institution opportunity to compare the data, identify the strategy. AQR is a 2-part, part A and part B. Part A is the simple information, and part B is the criteria wise information. They are available in our website. And this is IQAC internal quality assurance cell. You are aware this is mandatory to give the information in IIQA, either first cycle or the second cycle or the third cycle. So IQAC establishment is the important, should be established. What are the things are there? This is there in our website. Composition, function, strategy, all are there. This is timeline recap. I'm not going to repeat again. And this is a help desk support system of NAAC. You can able to ask once you registered the NAAC. You may be able to ask anytime, any query through the IMS system support system. It is related to the IAQA, SSR, DBB, appeal, anything you can ask and post. Within 24 hours, you are maybe able to accept your, get the answer. If the holidays, then you get answer Monday morning. So this is our provision. This is the things. For this, I'm going to conclude my presentation. Sabhi ko pranam, namaskar, dhanyavad.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ruchi Tripathi ma'am. Really, ma'am, it's a very wonderful presentation, and definitely it will help to the institutions to develop their requirement for the NAAC assessment. And we are very much thankful to you for giving your valuable time to this platform of webinar. And now, ma'am, there is some questions that has been collected from the chat box. I will try to take those questions. First question is that, ma'am, what is the period of time to respond the student satisfaction survey, and what percentage of requirement is required to respond exactly? Ruchi Tripathi ma'am, yes, I'll unmute you. Yes ma'am, please.
Yeah, question is first for the response of the student satisfaction survey. So in this case of college, autonomous college, there is 10% or 100, whichever is minimum, If total number I explained in my presentation, suppose the student has 1250, so 10% is 125, and either 125 student response is necessary or 100, whichever is going to earlier going to cover, that is the minimum requirement. In the case of university, either 10% or 500, number one. And another question is what I'm not able to understand. Can you ask again? For time, I think time period of the student satisfaction survey. So for the time period of student satisfaction survey is what actually I explained there. You at the time of SSR submission, you are going to given the, you are already given the submission of details of the email students enrollment ID and all. So once you submit your SSR, there is two parallel process, DBB and student satisfaction survey. Both parallel processes going to start. The DBB is separate, student satisfaction survey is separate. I explained there that there is the NAAC provision ki initial 30% of total student randomly system will select and give the students email via the email ID. NAAC will give the link. If this is going to cover the minimum requirement, that is okay. If they are not going to give the minimum requirement like 10% or 100, then remaining 70% student, this is going to the second survey, that is called the remaining 70%. So this is the timeline how to go in the process of student satisfaction survey.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Second question is that, ma'am, is there any decision on NAAC and for the peer team visit for those institutions that have passed the pre-qualification stage as of date?
Right now we are in process. We are discussing to the expert. We are also discussing the internal team, ECGC. But right now we are not in final situation how to take like that. But this is under process. We are looking all those things, pros and cons for the further future course of action.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Next question is that, ma'am, is it mandatory to constitute the IQAC cell covering all the 7 criteria? Number one question. Second question is that academic audit is necessary as part of fulfilling the AQR and HSR submission, ma'am.
For IQAC, I just wanted to tell here, but I request to Ganesh sir, please add me. So for IQAC establishment is very much important to HEI. They should establish the IQAC. This is mandatory for first cycle to subsequent cycle. You are talking about the criteria. So this is important to whole FINA, not only criteria. Apart from criteria, anything is related to the quality. You may include all those things also. And I just wanted to the audit. Audit is important because the external, internal audit both are important for the procedure of the assessment and accreditation. But I request to Ganesh sir, if you want, you can add anything.
Birender Palji,
Yes, sir.
the IQAC is nothing but internalizing the quality culture in the institution. So for internalizing, you may have your own people. That is means the academic people, the management, the student, the senior teachers or junior teachers, and one retired principal also. Whichever you comfortable, you can make. But the IQAC should be a think tank in the institution. That means, suppose if you would like to make a program outcome, course outcome, then you wanted to make an academic and administrative audit, some green audit, then energy audit, then gender audit. Then who all will do that work in the institution? The purpose of the IQAC is that to catalyze and catalyst the internal mechanism which are there in the institution. That means the institution need to work out what is best in their institution, how it can be made better in that particular institution. So X institution, जैसा गोपालपुर का एक कॉलेज होता है और एक तिनसुकिया कॉलेज होता है. See, the situations are different in the within the Assam also. The Tinsukia will be different in the Dibrugarh University, and Gopalpur will be there in the Guwahati University, and there are maybe college in the Assam University also. See, situations are very, very different in the region also. Now, within the available resources, whichever they are there in the college, they have to utilize best among the things. Then whether all criteria should be there in the things, see, it is not all about all criteria. How many people are there? 3 people are there, 4 people are there, 7 people are there. It depends upon the within the college dynamics. So we will leave it to the dynamics of the college for making. Suppose, for example, you have a college in Tinsukia, women's college. So there is a Tinsukia women's college is there. So women college may bring some women entrepreneurship as part of the IQAC, because the women's college will be having the home science or fashion technology or the genetics or maybe the facial technology. So there are different courses will be there in the BWOC. So while doing the BWOC program, you need some expertise. So IQAC need to bring out some internal expertise for dynamics of the institution. So idea behind here is the IQAC is that IQAC has to make an internal part of the teacher and the non-teaching staff and management. So there is a bond between the three people. So how to bridge the gap? So bridging the gap, the IQAC will do it. Now coming to the academic and administrative audit, the NAAC in the 6.5.1 or 2, we have asked some question on the academic and administrative audit. We have also asked one more question. Whether your college has participated in NIRF ranking. There is also one more question we have asked. So academic and administrative audit is the one where the institution infuses the quality culture. How they suppose gender audit. How many teachers are there in the college, women, and what are the facilities you are given? How you are motivated the young student for with the women cell. So the gender sensitization is important, health and hygiene is more important, hostel facility to the college facility. There are various things will be there for a hygiene. So whether these things have been done in the institution or not, who will check? The check and balance will be there with the IQAC. Suppose energy audit. Now, whether the solar energy has to be there or not, who will decide? Either the management will decide, or somebody has to give a direction to the principal that yes, committee, some committee has recommended the thing. Suppose if it is a wind energy, suppose if it is a renewable energy, something which you can suppose, for example, some CSR activity, somebody would like to give some money to the principal. Principal just like that he cannot take. So he has to make a committee. Within the committee, it goes to the proper procedural thing. Then it will be taken into the board of study or the government colleges are there, aided colleges are there. So different dynamics will be there in the institution. Our request is that kindly think differently, act scientifically, so that your institution will be at a better stage.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And last question to Dr. Ruchi Tripathi, ma'am. Ma'am, this question is that just a second, I have just written down this question. Madam, for students satisfaction survey, whether all the students of last 5 years season have to be uploaded in SSR or not?
So for this, I just wanted to tell, I mentioned there ki how many students are you claimed in there in IAQA. So on the basis of IAQA, how many students are there? That 50% information is mandatory. If you are going to host more than 50%, that is also important. But how many students are you claimed in there in IAQA? That IAQA's information is ongoing academic year. So in this case, you are already mentioned there how many number of students are in ongoing academic year. So that information, on the basis of that number, that 50% information is mandatory to provide to HEI in SSR. If more than that is good.
Thank you, Dr.
Birender Palji, see, as you have the monthly test will be there for student, है ना? Monthly test क्यों conduct करते हैं? Because the student, whether they are active in the class or not, you have to judge a student by conducting the sudden test or a monthly test. Like that, when you submitting the data to the NAAC, you kindly send an email to the student. Your college, suppose the 860 students are there. All the students, you kindly send an email. By that time, you will be able to know that whether their email ID is working or not, whether it is bouncing back, whether you made a mistake in the dot you have given, not dot you have given, two dot you have given, at the rate has not been written. All the things will bounce back. Then you will come to know that whether data which you have given is the clean or not. And you will also come to know that the email IDs are same, will be there. Some student, suppose saikia.nayak@gmail.com, 3 to 4% same email ID they must have created. So you must have not sent to them in the email. So it will be bounced back. Now, our idea is that the NAAC looks for the at least 80% to 90% data of the email. So 50% data, if you given also, it will take. But if you are given the 80% data, then out of the 80%, 30% will be selected in the beginning. Then the second time, when they are sending, rest of the full thing, we will send it to the participant. Our request, if the survey of the student satisfaction survey has to be good, and you have to get the good result in the student satisfaction survey, kindly make one small questionnaire with the help of the IT department and send it to the student. Let them answer in the survey. Then you will be coming to know that students are using the computer, students are opening their email ID, and you will be able to get their computer savvy, at least the percentage wise, they will be having the good interaction for the student satisfaction survey. So your result will be good if you make a small activity like this in the college itself.
Thank you, Dr. Ganesh Hegde sir and Dr. Ruchi Tripathi ma'am. And really, sir, it was very wonderful season, and most of the things you have answered through your presentation, sir. Thank you, and thank you, ma'am. And now we are coming to the end of the program, and we'd like to take direct comment from one or two participants. I'd like to invite the Honorable Principal Sir of Sideward College. If sir is available, this I'd like to invite him, Dr. Anjan Kumar Oza sir. Sir, please unmute yourself. Dr. Anjan Kumar Oza sir. Sir, please unmute yourself. I think there is some technical problem. So I'd like to invite Dr. Suresh Dutta sir, the Principal Sir of OPD College.
Yes, Dr. Pal.
Yes, sir. Sir, please provide your comments within very short time, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Pal, for organizing this webinar. As a principal, I am very much benefited from this presentation of Hegde sir and Dr. Ruchi Tripathi. Dr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can I interact with Dr. Hegde sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Hegde sir, myself, Dr. Suresh Dutta, I am the principal of Nagaon OPD College. It is under the Dilip University. Sir, my college is located in a purely local area, rural area. So my problem is that dropout rate is very high in my college. After taking admission, what about 20 to 40% students, what they are trying to do, so they are trying to leave the course in search of job in private or public sector. The second question is, the point is, so I fail to attract them to the career-oriented courses or vocational courses. I had established one this vocational training point center here on the handicraft, but I fail to attract the students, which will help them for their self-employment. So my I want your suggestions. So how to attract the students, how to change their mindset to attract the students for these career-oriented courses, vocational courses, as you suggested, sir. Please guide me, sir.
Sir, I just would like to share with you because two things which from the distance place, I just would like to recollecting myself with the Dibrugarh, Tinsukia, some places which I have seen as the geographically located different places. The first thing is that when a student is going out of your college, when they are not coming to your college, or they are taking a TC, or they are going somewhere, you kindly make a questionnaire why they are leaving your college. First of all, you make a questionnaire. What was the reason behind them to go from your college to some college, or they may be not coming to your college. And what is the difficulty? See, the difficulty may be like this. The financial management is not good at the family and they may not be coming. That is one thing. Or the girl, if it is there, her family members may say that one, no, there is no need to study further and you be there at the home. So there are various things will be there. You kindly make that some questionnaire or a written thing from the student stating that what is the reason behind that one. And you have to identify what is that reason behind and whether you can solve some problem. That is the first thinking process, sir. Second thing is that you kindly make one questionnaire when a student comes for the BA first year or a BSc first year or a BCom first year. You just ask them what he would like to do. Simply coming to the college is one thing that yes, parents are sending to the college and you are coming to the college. That is true. But what you would like to do after the BA, BSc, BCom, and what you want from the college. So let them give in writing. And what is the percentage of the student when he comes for the first year, whether it is a 55%, whether it's a 60%, whether it's a 65%, how you will be able to make them to come to the next level. Second thing. Third thing is that whether your college is having some vocational advantage for the student. Suppose, for example, some BWOC courses. Suppose your college is recognized by the 12B of the UGC. So UGC gives the BWOC. So look into the various courses which are UGC recognizing for Bachelor of Vocational Education. That is one thing. Second thing is that being in a tribal area where your Brahmaputra river cuts across the whole Assam. So you will have difficulties. There are two things. One is the course which you can think about national disaster management. You can make a small program or a course or an activity in the college. Second thing is that with the National Tribal Mission, you will be able to get some fund for running some courses in the vocational education also. And Women and Child Department, you will be able to get some fund for the things. So UGC. And the third thing, we were Botany Department and the Zoology Department can take some work from the DST, Department of Science and Technology. They will give for the Northeastern region. So there are some relaxations will be there in some department in the government of India also. So our request is that, for example, another thing about the renewable energy. Government of India Renewable Energy Department, they are giving 75,000 to the 1,50,000. So just to make that some 3-4 street light to your college with a solar cell. So whatever you may having, you can do it. But I understand the situation like this. I just would like to give one example of the thing. If you give 1 minute, I'll just explain one Bankura College, what they have done. In the Bankura College, the college timings depends upon the bus timing of the locality. If the bus does not come to the locality, the student will not be there. The student will come only in the Wednesday and on the Saturday. So these are only the 2 days the student will come, because the parents does not want to spend the money for the student going to the college and spending the time. So various what to call social implications will be there in the region also. My request is that one, understanding the student and understanding the problem and the best solution which you can have, that can be done. My request is that kindly look into the Google it with the different Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Cultural Affairs, Ministry of the Women and Child Department, Ministry of Tribal. So all the department, you somewhere your teacher has to give the 6th teacher to the 6th job. So let them do it, and then ask the student what you need. So that is more important. The first year when they come, you have to take them what actually they want. So what they wanted to become, whether they have become the clerk, whether they have to become an NGO person, whether they have become to the politician. So let them give even writing to you. So you will be guiding, your teacher will be guiding those students in that line only. So at the second year, you will be able to see the change in the mindset of the student. If that has come, I think they will come to the college. They will come to the college only when you give a new thing to them. So the teachers should be innovative in that way, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ganesh Hegde, sir, and thank you, Dr. Suresh Datta, sir. Now, last comment we'd like to take from the Honorable Principal of Sidar College. Sir, if you can hear me, sir. Sir, please continue,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. I am very much thankful to Kaliabor College, especially Dr. Chaliha, Dr. Pal, and Sonowal. He is my student. And I am thankful to Dr. Hegde and Dr. Tripathi for their illuminating speech. They had cleared many points for new process of re-accreditation, and actually it was really a very, very useful session. Thanks to all.
Thank you, Dr. Anjan Kumar Oja, sir. Thank you for giving valuable time. And we are coming to the end of this program. And there is an announcement for all the participants that we have shared the feedback link in the Zoom chat box. So please try to fill up this feedback form. And now I'd like to move directly to our Honorable Principal, sir, of Kaliabor College, Dr. Hiranya Chaliha, sir, to give his final remarks, sir. Please, sir.
Really, I think that this session is very much fruitful for all of you. And I personally am very benefited from this webinar. I got some points, new points. It is a very serious process, NAAC assessment for institutions. Are you hearing me, Birender?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, okay. Yes. It is a very serious process. It is just like preparation of some entrance examination. You need some knowledge, you need some technique, and you need some courage to face the accreditation. As I have faced 2 accreditation here, so it is a very technique. You need some technique, and these webinars that empowers us that with the technique, with the courage, and etc. I personally got a lot of views from Dr. Hegde and Dr. Ruchi, which can empower me and my team for coming accreditation. And I think we are all the participants, as I've gone through entire webinar, all my participants, I think it will help them. And I request Dr. Hegde and Dr. Ruchi to please give us their cooperation and support in future too, as we are arranging such webinars and such techniques in future also. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hiranya Chaliha, sir. And over to Dr. Dilip Kumar Sonowal, sir, for providing the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Birender Pal. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Internal Quality Assurance Cells and Central Library Kaliabor College, feel honored and lucky to have the opportunity to give a vote of thanks on this special day. I particularly offer my special thanks to Honorable Principal Sir, Dr. Hiranya Chaliha, for his enthusiastic support to organize such kind of webinar on strategies for post-COVID-19 NAAC assessment of colleges during this pandemic situation. I would like to thank Dr. Ganesh Hegde sir, Advisor, NAAC Bangalore, and Dr. Ruchi Tripathi, Assistant Advisor, NAAC Bangalore, for their valuable space. I would like to thank all the teachers, especially the principals and the IQAC coordinator of the different colleges who makes the program a great success. I also like to thank all the teachers and the staff members of Kaliabor College for their cooperation. I must not forget to thank Dr. Birender of this college, and also Chiranjeev Bezbaruah, IQAC coordinator, and a faculty member in the Department of Botany, Kaliabor College, who were contributed physically as well as technically by managing all technical works of this seminar. Finally, I once again want to thank the principal sir, respected resource persons, and participants in this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dilip Kumar Sonowal, sir. Also, you are also a part of it, sir. Thank you very much for giving your entire support for this program. And we are coming to the end of this program. And before this, I request all the participants to switch on their video and come to closer to their screen so that we can take a photo together. I request all the participants, please on your video and come closer to the screen so that we can take a screenshot of the photo. Just a second. So thank you very much for your kind presence, and we remain with us for the last 3 hours. And it's a great moment for us that most of the participants have given their valuable time, and we're coming to the end of this program. And just before ending this program, I'll just unmute everybody for 20 seconds, and then directly we will close the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you, everybody. And a special thanks again to Dr. Ganesh Hegde sir and Dr. Ruchi Tripathi ma'am. And a special thanks to the Honorable Principal Sir of Kaliabor College, Dr. Hiranya Chaliha sir. And thanks to all the participants, and meet you with some another topic new day. Thank you very much, and have a nice time ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you. And being a host, I declare this program as end.